Good morning. Going, everyone. Happy Saturday. Nux Drew, hello. Hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna get going into case 3. Let's get going. Who's Frey? Is Frey his mother? I'm sorry, Tyrion. So many things I wanted to tell you. So many things I wanted to show you. I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light is within you is. My eyes peer beyond the divine gate as I once did to reclaim the future. Okay. Origins of Horus. Preposterous. Completely and utterly preposterous. Is something wrong? Lord Von Sanctus? You filthy rat, you cheated, didn't you? That's right, you're just a cheated charlatan. Okay. Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim? I mastered just before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from. Wow, okay, dude. You honestly expect anyone to believe that you need me? Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are. That's actually more of a challenge from House Von Sanctus. Oof. I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill. You little upstart, I'll... While Sanctus's acquaintance clears his throat and gestures subtly to the crowd of spectators. Everyone centers on him, and you can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favors for his public image. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure. It's preposterous. He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times. Sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else. Wow. So that was something. Yeah, I knew that he'd get angry, but I didn't expect anything like that. Well, you did insult him. Not to say he didn't deserve it. Come on, I love seeing these conceited nobles lose their minds when I beat them. It's not the fun of playing these tournaments. Wow, where's this confidence when we're in the courthouse? Court cases are different. I have to deal with real-world elements during a trial, and that includes Prosecutor Steelwind. Prosecutor Steelwind, huh? I wonder if she plays chess. Now there's a thought. I wonder if she'd be willing to play against you sometime. She can't be worse than these pampered nobles. Anyway, we should celebrate somewhere in town. Even if he was a pushover, still beat one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom. Oh, well, John, you had your reservations about returning to the city of, Aranax. If you weren't facing one of the 4 pillars, you would have never come back here. Probably just leave the city as soon as possible. I saw a cafe when we were walking around. Food smelled great. I'd really like to go there. We could always go to one of the cafes in the capital. There are plenty of places to choose from there. Trust me, I've traveled around the world. There's nothing better than food in a thriving port city. Alright, I suppose there's no harm in staying a little longer. Does have a point. They seem livelier than when you last saw them. A lot of businesses that weren't here before, and they all seem to be very well off. Like being a port city, Aranax still looks like a ghost town. Has the local nobility been investing in this city? I find that possibility very hard to believe. You arrive at the cafe that Celeste told you about. As you enter, you're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastry and coffee. The scent of baked goods swirls around you. Take a moment to inhale the enticing scent. I have to admit, it's making you very hungry. Seeks you enter the domain of the Deathbringer songstress. Well, if it's glorious what you seek, then look no further. You stand before... Okay, alright, lady. What in the world are you trying to do? You stand before Mosurika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranax. Never in the category, you're approached by a familiar face. She's familiar? Miss Tudor? Rika, is that you? It appears my reputation precedes me. How good of you to... wait, you're... Tyrion? You're back? Hi. Why didn't you tell anyone you were back in town? Any idea how worried we've all been? You know each other? Right. Celeste, this is, Mosurika Tudor. I was friends with her when I lived here many years ago. Wait, you used to live here? Yeah. Arnox is actually the town I grew up in. What? You were such a hurry to leave before. You came here to eat, right? You're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house. No, I couldn't possibly. Come on. Don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you, and you know how good my food is. Okay, but only for a little while. He sets a table for the three of you and calls over a waiter. Well, place your orders. Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you left. Alright. So are you going to introduce us? Right. This is Celeste McCoy, my bodyguard. Bodyguard? And Celeste, this is... Funny such introductions. I am Mosurika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranox, High Archmagi of the Cadmium Flames, and the proprietor of this cafe. Oh, okay. I was friends with her when I used to live here. A little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart. Hey! Also a comic book mage like you. You come from the same humble beginnings that I do. Which spells have you mastered? I haven't really mastered it. I know about 7, though. Almost 4 times the amount that I know. Did you find even more spells? Picking them up rather quickly. Hey, and usurped. Look at you, Mr. Pink Shot, wearing a suit now. You have a bodyguard. Get an office job in the big city? Something like that. I'm actually a defense attorney now. A defense attorney? I see. Is that why you left town with that scary lady? Scary lady? Talking about Ruby? Miss Tamora adopted me when my mother passed several years ago. After that, she began training me to become an attorney like her. Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Well, I guess that explains why you're so young for a lawyer. Says the 19-year-old mercenary. Yeah, I guess you got me there. Odd. You're the owner of this cafe, Rika. Always spoke about opening one. Kids. Yep. All thanks to the Dracogen Trading Company. The company's owner invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here, just like I've always dreamed. Dracogen Trading Company? I don't think I've heard of them. They're pretty small right now. They're only operating in Aranox. But I hear they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wyvern. But I would have thought Lord Von Sanctus would beat out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses. Lord Von Sanctus, isn't he that pompous noble that I beat in the chess tournament this morning? Wait, that was you? I didn't even know he was a businessman. Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that thought the Imperial Academy. You do not know about these things. You're practically fighting as nobles for a living. Maybe start reading more about national politics. I also learned about Arnox. Just me or does the city look less, pressing though? Oh, right. You left the city before the new merchants, like from a guild? Yeah. The Dracogen Trading Company was one of the first. They started operating here and bought the Arcane Refinery a few years ago. After that, merchants from all over Wyvern started coming here. Wow. Being based in a port city would definitely give them an edge. and their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Los Angeles does. It's really improved the quality of life of people here. I doubt Los Angeles appreciates the competition. There's even talk about forming employee-run unions. Oh, Los Angeles definitely won't appreciate that. So, you still play chess? Yeah, I'm naturally ranked too. I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Zanks at a tournament this morning. I had no idea they were talking about you. Upstart commoner? My name suits you, Tyrion. Hey, just do that thing when you play? No. What thing? Nothing. Not talking about anything. Wait, you're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did. Like, what did you used to do? Why don't you show her, Tyrion? I'd rather not. Come on, show us, Tyrion. Oh, no. I think I'm a little too old for this. You're never too old to tap into your inner Chuny? I have questions. Do it, Tyrion. Yeah, do it. Do them begin chanting, trying to pressure you. Pay attention to the other pages in the cafe. They don't seem to care about the books they're getting. It seems you don't have a choice. Taking a deep breath. Those stand in the shadows. Those who fear the light of divinity. Your imperials will fall, your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus. God. Oh, because he was a child. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, that's why I don't do it anymore. No, that was great. It was really cool, Tyrion. Poorly contained laughs are coming out between the words. And why aren't you laughing? You were just doing it a moment ago. Yeah, but she owns it. You say something else before, too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're a man, king, or a god. Yeah, that's it. He still says that sometimes. Oh, several orders here. Thank God. Waiter brings a lunch special for each of you. It's the enticing aroma of the meals makes you salivate a little. You gladly devour the meal. Rika's cooking is just as remembered. You spend some more time catching up with her. As your conversation continues, you and Celeste regale her with stories of past court cases. No, really? Yep. Turns out that it was the headmaster the entire time. Oh, I never would have figured that out. No, Tyrion. Maybe he saw it with his Eye of Horus. You nearly choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to. But wow, I can't believe it. Never thought court cases could be that dramatic. You finish your meal as you continue to tell Rika more about your case. It's nice being able to talk with her again. You tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened, but happy to see that she's doing well. Also nice catching up with Eureka, but I think it's time for us to get going. What? We just got here. It's okay. I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. Sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time. Yeah, I'll stay in touch. Better. She's gonna die. She's gonna die. I'm ready for it. Oh no. You exit the cafe and make your way to the local merchants guild to rent a carriage. City streets seem a bit more crowded than usual. A little difficult to make your way through them. Hey, Tyrion. Yeah? Sitting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something. Every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. It's happened a few times before she seems to give up. It's happened a few times more before she gives up. Never mind. It's nothing. Okay. Both of you need to walk silently. You should make your way to the merchant's guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more and more crowded. You hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Hi, can we rent a carriage for travel to Rolfhome? Sorry, but travel outside the city is temporarily closed. What? Why? Haven't you heard? The Knights of the King are locked down the city. Set up a blockade and everything. Next city gates, if you don't believe me. Ooh, what's going on in the city? As you arrive at the city gates, you see the blockade the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsmen angrily shouting at the Knights stationed there. This is outrageous. How long do you plan on keeping us here? Sorry, but we have our orders. Can't let anyone else out of the city for our investigations. There's an investigation. Did something happen? Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city blocking? Sorry, sir, we're not allowed to release it. Just have to make the other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. How do you take down your name occupation for our records? What? Why? It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them. It's an invasion of privacy. Rather not resist the orders from the King's Guard. Tyrion Cuthbert, I'm a defense attorney. Fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, a bodyguard. Thanks. Look over the other King's Guard. They seem to be taking notes from people here too. Making a list of everyone inside the city. But for what reason? Oh, yep. Note about the blockade, yep. I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now? This can't possibly be legal. I'll also continue shouting at the knights. It's clear they won't be budging anytime soon. What do we do now? This is starting to get late. I don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should find a place to stay overnight. Yeah, reused assets. Welcome to a nearby tavern to see it absolutely crowded with patrons. Looks like everyone else had the same idea. Hey, welcome to Agewind Tavern. What can I do you for? Oh, can we get 2 rooms for the night? Sorry, I can't even spare 1 room. Completely full in the block with the blockade and all. Wait, let me take care of this. Let's take out a large box of gold and pops on the innkeeper. Oh, look at that. One of our rooms just opened up. Only one? Hey, our city is locked down. Even with your gold, that's the best I can do. What? Your parents share a room with me, Tyrion? No, it's just... she's just teasing you. Like, she... That's not to give it any mind. Well, it's better than nothing. So how should we... Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed. I'll sleep on the floor. What? What? Okay. I can't just let you... Please. We may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. Got you there. Alright, but if you change your mind... Yeah. Who died? That's the only reason the city would be locked down. Somebody died. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walk past him. What? Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait, whoa! Oh, holy crap! Pull me up! I can't hold on for much longer. Ah, you idiot! What are you doing? What? Grab his arm, pull him up. Oh, that was a noise. Ah, my hand! What the hell are you doing? Your grip is too tight. Stop that. Ah! Wait, I can still... Split. No. What happened? I shouldn't be able to... Why the scale lord? He fell in. No, I can use this. That's right, I can still make this look like it was all his fault. Wow. Yeah, well, save. You find yourself falling into a nightmare. I'm so sorry. Can't believe they made you watch. Okay. Of course not. You gonna keep fighting them? Your voice is quiet. You question barely comes out as a whisper. What? Fighting the nobility? I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable. I was naive. I thought the truth would prevail, but only one person. I can't do this alone anymore. So you're just gonna give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. You're just going to give up? Then was my mother's death truly pointless? I'm sorry. Teach me how to be like you. What? So you can't do this alone anymore, right? So teach me how I can be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together. Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't just... This tomorrow, please. I don't have anything left. Please just take me away from here. Clutch your hands tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message your mother left. The last comforting memory you'll have of her. Maybe you'll never experience. You startled awake. After some confusion, you realized it was all a dream. Have any trouble falling asleep, but your slumber was less than restful. Why does it sound like fire? It was on fire. No else do you remember that day. That's all the more reason to leave. Possible. Celeste, are you up? Uh-huh. Celeste was wistfully staring out the window, watching the rain. It's rain, it's not fire. Oh my god. Her head whips toward you when she realizes that you're awake. Are you okay? What's wrong? Nothing, it's nothing. He wasn't awake, was he? Doesn't seem keen on sharing. That's not fine. Anyway, do you know if the city's under lockdown? I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. Go outside and check the city gates. The blockade still hasn't just backed. Looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. Then we can't leave yet. We're gonna double down on guards. What's going on? Tyrion? About Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks into a full sprint toward you. She looks exhausted. She's been looking for you in the rain. Tyrion, it's terrible. There was an accident at the Arcane Refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals. He's dead. Oh, Rika, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do, Lord Fonseca is blaming the Dracogen Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence. As Lord of this region, Fonseca would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. Must be this accident as an opportunity to oust the Dracogen from his territory. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? If you help them, I don't think I can. What? Rika, I specialize in homicide cases. Most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry, I'm sure the Dragon Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. I'm not so sure about that. Think about it. A lord from one of the four pillar families is pressing those charges. I honestly think anyone else will try to fight them on this? Okay, she has a point. There aren't many other attorneys who will go against nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who will do that are you and Miss Tamora. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Please don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now, and to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. That's okay, I'm sure that Mr. Dracogen, any help he can get. Mr. Dracogen. He's the owner of the Dracogen Trading Company. You should be at the old Arcane Refinery right now. That must be the scene of the accident, too. It'll probably be best to start your investigation. I'm gonna wait from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you, but stop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. Yes, ma'am. Follow Rika's directions and move through the city's industrial district. Reminds you of your childhood, back when you pulled the Eye of Horus. I've always avoided this part of the city. It's always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. However, you feel less of that now, because you have more control over your powers, or has something else changed? Alright, we're here! You arrive at the refinery and see that there aren't many people around. The few people you do see are going to be on the city watch. Operations must have halted after the accident. Wow, so this is an arcane refinery. I always saw this place as a child, but never really understood what they do. Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used on artificer. Those crystals are used as the power source for conducting magical energy. Look around and spot an especially frustrated individual. He seems to stand out from the knights and cleaning staff. Could he be the guildmaster Rika spoke of? He turns to you, further into the refinery. Hello there. You must be the attorney Miss Tudor spoke about. I am. I think you're the guildmaster of the Dracogen Trading Company. Yes, my name is Stefanik Dracogen. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I really appreciate you lending your aid in this manner. I already told Rika this, but I've never actually tried a civil case before. I need to learn more about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. I'm honestly not sure how much help I can be. Well, there's not a single attorney in Arnox that will represent, so I'll accept whatever help I can get. Plus was right. Of all the attorneys too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus. Where should we start, though? This case is probably different from the homicide lead. Homicide or not, this case resolves around a wrongful death. If I did represent Jackson, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We also question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened. It wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident. The master would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operating. Questioning him might also give you some insight into what happened. Yep, let's talk to him. Let's take a look around first. Look at the bats. Backfill chemicals I can't quite identify. They're used to make arcane crystals. Alright, is that it? Oh, stairs. The walkway above, the power box.
Arcanum.
There is some magic. There's a transmutation on the magic bats. Not sure how these bats even work. Perhaps transmutation is used in the refinement process somehow. That would make sense. There's also transmutation on the power box. It is an artificery device, so it's not out of the ordinary. Wait, no other magic? Alright. The accident. Stark, could you tell us exactly what happened? Well, it all began during the work rush yesterday evening. One of my employees fell from the walkway and into a vat of magical chemicals. Chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation. That he unfortunately died before we could have pulled him out. Gee, well, that all just sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened? There are guardrails on the walkways from falling. Supposedly those guardrails broke apart when that employee tried to lean against it. According to Von Sanctus, the accident was directly a result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. My employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no idea how this happened. Telling the truth, this could all just be a service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway yourself. And we'll get there eventually. Earlier, you said the victim was an employee of yours. Tell us more about them? Yes, I hired him just a few months ago. Same what happened to him. He's a young man named Justin Wayne. Is he a good employee? He was a hard worker, but he was a bit rough around the edges when he started. Before working for me, I heard he'd always been spending his time with local delinquents. The tutor practically begged him to hire me. Begged me to hire him. I know how to read. She told me she wanted to turn his life around. And that does sound like something Rika would do. She's always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. When you live a life like Justin's, it helps when you something to give you some structure and direction. I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. Really a hard worker. Well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules too, but I have no idea why he was up on that walkway. Wait, he wasn't supposed to be up on the walkway? Well, that's not his fault. If he was not supposed to be up there and he went up there anyway, that's hardly his fault. What did you mean by that? Oh, Justin worked in an entirely different department. Part of the team that managed packaging and freight. He had no business being inside the refinery, much less the upper walkway. That's strange. He's the type of person to wander around places he's not supposed to be? No. Like I said before, always followed by rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing. Anyone around to witness when the accident occurred? No one see Justin fall. There were many employees at the time, but there were only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. Who were these witnesses? If I remember correctly, Cuthbert was the one who saw him fall. Wait, Rika was there when it happened? Oh no. Yes, he witnessed the accident alongside the harbor base. Horace. Oh, acquainted with him? I am. Horace was close friends with your mother when you were a child. Oh no! Oh boy. But after you left Aranax, you went out of your way to cut contacts with everyone from your past area. But what were all these people doing here in the first place? Rika's a cafe owner, and Morrison's a harbor master. I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Ms. Tudor, but the harbor master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. Nobleman? Not privy to this, but apparently the nobleman had a legal authority to go wherever he wanted. I don't want to get at Morrison more about that. It will be awkward to speak to them after all these years. It's fine. Just walk in and go, hi, hello, how you doing? It's been like 20 years. I don't think I have it. I don't think we... Oop. It's a shame what happened to Justin. I can't believe an accident like this happened under my watch. He's sincere, but you're... Seems sincere, but still a little skeptical. Oh god, there's so many places to go. Let's go to the harbor. Actually, go talk to the harbor master. This is very cheery music for the scene play. the visual. What? Drive to the harbor in search of Morrison, the harbor master. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the notably, Arcane Inquisition. Oh no. You know, Commander White and Prosecutors Guild and coordinate the knights. I wonder what those two are doing here. The knights of the blockade said they were investigating something. There must be magic involved in the Inquisition. You think this has anything to do with what happened to Justin? Doubt it. Didn't see any Inquisition knights at the refinery. Must just be coincidence. You're probably right. I'm kind of curious about what the Inquisition... It has nothing to do with our case. You best to leave them to their business. Alright. Houses to the edge of the... yeah. Just take a look at the ships, see if we get anything exciting. I'm gonna go with no.
Repario Arcanum.
And there's no magic. Okay. I guess let's go talk to Rika. Go to the cafe and see the restaurant is packed with customers. Don't see Rika though. She'll be occupied. Yeah, let's come back later. Alright, so I guess... Oh, let's go up to the walkway. Alright. Tyrion, do you need a scan for magical traces? Well, there aren't any. Because it wouldn't hurt to check. Alright. I was hoping mostly... Oh, the guardrails look completely broken apart. The rails are rusted too. But lying about properly maintained. It's a little... bad, dangerous magical chemicals. Oh.
Repario Arcanum.
Okay, so... Location, yeah, that makes sense. Oh. What's wrong? It's a transmutation all over the guardrails. Transmutation? Those traces anywhere else on the walkway? No, it's only this area. Transmutation is a school of magic that changes the properties of physical objects. Usually made you transmutation spells to strengthen and repair objects. So the spell was used a spell weakened structural integrity of the Sorry, I picked the wrong word. Right. Someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterwards, the guardrails were so weak just next to them. And only these guardrails were... Sabotage rails are right next to this vat of corrosive chemicals. It was definitely to kill him. The unknown mage wanted Stefanik to fall. Or specifically someone to fall. Yeah. Yeah, whoever sabotaged the guardrails wanted someone to fall into the vat. Why else would they only target these rails? But why? Who would do this? You feel your fist clenching tightly. Someone committed murder using magic here. Whoever did this had the gall to try to cover it up. Tyrion? Won't forgive whoever did this. When you're through with them, you'll make them feel a fraction of the misery that your mother... Tyrion! What? Are you okay? Right. Sorry. Anyway, if it weren't for your detect magic, everyone would have written off off as an accident. Magical traits are only detectable for 48 hours after a mage casts a spell. It means whoever cast the transmutation spell did so recently. Right. Alright, hold on. We need to... Hey, should notify Dragon about transmutation, but first should wait until you obtain more information first. After all, a potential saboteur might be unnecessary to stress him out, even more so if you don't have the information. Okay, so then I should go... Oi! You there! You best clear out. Nice that this closed this harbor. Morrison? Huh? Do I know you? Wait, Cuthbert, is that you? Noah Morrison. Hi. I heard from little Most Rican you were back in town. What can I do for you? We heard you were at the refinery yesterday. From what we heard, you witnessed the accident. I wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw. Oh, right. Most Rican mentioned you were an attorney now. Oh, what? I just hope you're still not hung up over that business with your mother. Sorry, I guess it's none of my business. Anyway, I'll tell you what I know. Hey, what'd you see? Dragon told us you witnessed the accident. Aye. The horrible thing that happened. No one deserved what happened to that poor lad. Tell us what you saw. Well, I was showing a patron around town. For some reason, he really wanted to take a look at the refinery. About checking out the local artificery. He must be an artificery. God. Anyway, he was looking at the machinery, then suddenly most Greek came running towards us. She was trying to tell us something. Damn, machines were too loud for us to hear her. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway and saw the horrible sight. Saw someone fall into the vat. By the time we could get them to stop the machines, it was too late. That matches up with what you know so far, but what was Rick even doing there? Should have still been running the cafe at the time of the accident. That patron was visiting the factory. Did they also witness the accident? Guardrail. How did Justin fall off the walkway? Well, it's because the guardrail broke under his weight. Yeah, he did. It was a little strange. That guardrail was made out of metal, yeah? Well, the way it broke, you would have thought it was made out of cardboard. He barely leaned on it, it just broke apart. Even a poorly maintained guardrail. Oh, really use transmutation magic to sabotage it? If so, that possibly could clear Draken's name. But preventing the possibility of a magical crime might just complicate things. Yeah, but we kind of need to. You mentioned that you were escorting a patron when at the accident. Who was it? Did you witness the accident too? He was right there when me and Rika was trying to get our attention. When Rika was trying to get our attention. It would be hard to miss it with the commotion sheet. As for who he was, he said his name was Aster. You don't know anyone by that name. But why does the name sound familiar? You know what his surname was? Huh? Well, that was really secretive with his name for some reason. Must have had a recognizable name. A noble from a well-known house? Very likely. Alright, let's go talk to Rika. Oh, never mind. Oh, the block page. Okay. I'm like, are we done talking to him? No. Why were you escorting this Aster person in the first place? Don't you have to manage the harbor? Well, I can't really manage anything because of them. He gestures toward the Inquisition knights, routing them here. They blocked all sea travel out of state until this mess is sorted out. A lot of knights investigating the harbor. You know what they're looking for? Well, you didn't hear this from me, but according to them, Master ship just up and vanished into the dead of night. Vanished? Is it someone hijacked it? It's the thing. Guards would have noticed something driven off the ship, especially one that size. But I heard one of the guards swore they saw it vanish in a flash of light. A flash of light? Is something created by a spell? What kind of ship was it? How big it was? From the size of it, I'd say it was probably a galleon. A galleon? So that scale would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship of that size. Good lord. I wonder who this Aster person is. Must be high profile if they're calling in the guard and the Inquisition. All over a missing ship. You spent some time with him. Am I correct, Morrison? Did he tell you where he was staying? If I remember right, he was staying at the local inn in the town square. Wait. Having that we were staying at. He's this high profile. Why is he staying in for commerce? No idea. He's an eccentric one for sure. Whoever he is, he also witnessed the accident. He'll definitely want to speak with him. He's a noble. Chance. He's the mage. Sabotage the guardrail. Yeah, well. Go back to the tavern. Or said the Aster is staying in one of the rooms of this tavern, but let's just check each room. That might irritate patrons though. If Aster doesn't want to be found, we might alert him if we too many people. I guess you're right. Apparently owns a tavern, right? You had to put a VIP somewhere. Which room would you choose? I guess it would probably be the one at the end of the hallway. That's the one that I use in my family's tavern. That is true. In such situation, the innkeeper would have probably given Aster this room. Push the door and firmly knock on it. Hello? Someone does come to answer the door, but they only open a fraction of the way. The crack of the door is less than an inch wide. You can't get over the person's face. Terribly sorry, but if your business is urgent, I'd like to be left alone. Sorry if I'm intruding. Are you Aster? My name is Cuthbert. I'm the defense attorney of Stefanik Dragogen. From what I've heard, you witnessed the accident at the refinery yesterday. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about what you saw. Upon hearing your name, the man fully opens the door and you're able to get a good look at him. He definitely stands out from the other patrons. Must be a wealthy patron. He must be the wealthy patron. Tyrion Cuthbert, protege of the infamous Ruby Tamora. So you know who I am. I do, but very well. I'm your biggest fan. Oh no! What? I can't believe it. The infamous Tyrion Cuthbert is standing in front of my tavern room. What? I've read all about your feats, Mr. Cuthbert. You've successfully indicted the head of House Pierce. You didn't think twice about confronting a member of House Frega. And you defeated Lord Von Sanctus in the chess tournament yesterday. I'm so lost right now. And you must be Celeste McCoy, Tyrion's first client, and the Crimson Demon of the Eastern Kingdoms. How did you find out about that name? The Crimson what? Don't ask me. Anyway, if you are Aster, does that mean you witnessed the accident at with the Harbor Master yesterday? Yes, I did. You're going to interrogate me about what I saw. I'll answer whatever questions you have. Never met a witness that has been this eager to cooperate, but hopefully this means details about what I saw.
Repario Arcanum.
You clearly know who I am, but I'm still unsure of who you are. My apologies. I would keep my full identity hidden for now. He's within his right to do so, but you can't help but feel a little suspicious. In any case, what's your business in Aranax? I was accompanying a ship transporting goods but to Lord Von Sanctus. Same ship that was magically stolen? I'm surprised you found out about that. The Kingsguard have been trying their best to keep that information hidden. But I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you, Mr. Cuthbert. Flattery will get him nowhere. Who is this man? It's on that ship. He must have been pretty valuable to be worth stealing. Ah, I don't doubt that there's anything on that ship worth drawing the ire of an entire kingdom. The truth is, during the time that my ship was stolen, I was supposed to be on it. I see. That the ship might have actually been attempting to kidnap you. That's my current theory, anyway. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. He seems awfully calm about this. Yeah. According to Morrison, you were also at the refinery. Did you witness the moment the victim fell into the vat? I did. Shows exactly what you saw. Every detail you can remember could be important. Well, it all began when I was visiting the refinery with the harbor desk. I was inspecting the refinery machines when a girl frantically ran toward us. It was hysterical. Looks like she was trying to tell us something. We couldn't hear her over the noise of the machines. When she realized we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed at the walkway. That's when we saw Justin Wave fall off of it and into the vat. Next question is very important. The victim breaks the guardrail by leaning. Yes, he broke the guardrail before he fell. This testimony matches exactly what Morrison saw. Yep, bang. The way he fell was very strange, though. Strange? What do you mean strange? What does that mean? Because the guardrail broke too easily? Why, yes. How did you know? Imagine the statement the harbor master gave us. You don't want to reveal the trace of transportation that you found in the walkway. Not yet. But yes, the guardrail broke the moment Justin leaned on it. His body was extremely limp when falling too. His body was limp. Only when falling from a great height, one would fall with their arms, yes? When I saw him falling, he wasn't moving at all. He wasn't moving. That's interesting. You see the expression on his face. He might have been unconscious. Afraid I couldn't see anything. It was much too dark to make out his feet. What, you didn't actually see his face? How do you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, who else could it have been? No one else has been reported missing. We also found the remnants of Justin's body in the vat. It was definitely him that fell in. That's true. I have much reason to believe that Justin might still be alive. Ugh. There were traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene. It appears that Aster is quite a high-profile individual. He's probably aside from Riku, he's probably the only other mage at the refinery had. If you ask him outright, you might be able to see something incriminating for us. Aster, we'll respect your privacy if you don't want us to tell who you are. But could you at least answer one question for me? I can make no promises, but I'll do my best to tell you what I can. Are you a mage? Uh-oh. Is that all? Yes, I am a mage, and I'm quite practiced one at that. You see, Celeste cast detect magic to look at the scene of the accident. Found traces of transportation magic at the crime scene, mainly on the guardrails that Justin fell through. What? There it is. I can't believe it. What? You're telling me that a mage used a transportation spell to weaken the rails? It's a conspiracy. Wait, that means this was actually a murder that made it look like an accident? It's like something out of the reports I read about him. I don't see anything incriminating, and you can see his thoughts very clearly. Feelings of happiness are a bit off-putting. And you asked me if I was a mage? I mean, I'm a potential suspect. This is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. The first time you've met someone that's happy to be suspected of murder. Sorry, it's not right of me to get excited about something this serious. You must think less of me now, but it's like something right out of a mystery novel. Not the reaction you were expecting. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there's any incriminating thoughts in it. The emotions was emanating are all positive. It wasn't a drop of fear. What could this mean? Either way, it looks like you found everything you can. Move somewhere else. Let's see if Rika is done handling. Yep, okay. She's done handling the customer. Tyrion, you're back. Did you talk to Mr. Dracogen? I did. I'm not sure what to make of him just yet. After what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening. There were traces of transmutation magic guardrails. Regardless of their motives, someone sabotaged those rails with the intent of harming an employee at the refinery. If this was truly a murder, we have to find out who did this and why. I'll represent him in court for the criminal case. Thanks. It really means a lot to me. On that note, you were at the refinery when the accident, correct? Yes, I was. Answer you the questions about what you saw that day. Of course, I'll do whatever I can to help. Oh, we're building a psychological profile. That's concerning. Why were you at the refinery? Didn't you have to work at the cafe? I'm getting a food delivery to Justin. Wait, we're delivering food to the victim? Yeah, he never tried to make his own dinner, so I was delivered his dinner during his eating break. That night, I couldn't find him in the freight area, so I went looking for him in the refinery building. The accident happened while you were delivering his food. Okay. Okay. You talked to Justin at all before the accident? I did. When I finally found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. He told me to leave his food in the break room. He was busy. According to Dracogen, he had never been in the refinery building in the first place. Did he say what he was busy with? That he had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Dracogen. Oh. Dracogen didn't mention anything about this meeting. Wow. Wow. Now, what did you see? Sorry, I'm sure it was a disturbing sight, but can you take a moment? No, it's okay. It happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. My first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at all the machines. And so I suddenly heard a strange sound from the walkway. I looked to see what it was and saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one could hear me because of how loud the machines were. Before I finally got them to understand what happened, it was already too late. Did you see the guardrail break when Justin fell off the walkway? More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight? I am honestly not sure. I was too busy trying to find help. That's fair. Yeah. She wasn't paying as much attention, but she did see Justin before the accident. Probably because she had a meeting scheduled with Dracogen, but that doesn't matter. Dracogen told you. Someone is lying. Tell us, hey Rika, tell us about Justin. What kind of person was he? He was a good person. Fell in with a bad crowd a few years ago, but he was trying to turn his life around. I saw how much he was trying to change, so I asked Master Mr. Dracogen to give him a job. I really wanted to help him change his life for the better, but this job just ended up killing him. You can't blame yourself for this. No one could have known this would have happened. I guess you're right. It's hard not to think about it. The type of person to go to places he wasn't supposed to be? No, not anymore. Not anymore. I really want to make a good impression of Mr. Dracogen. He always talked about following the rules. He even got mad at me a few times when I accidentally broke Dracogen's protocols. Right, that matches up with what Dracogen did. Maybe he was falling back into it. Perhaps we could speak more about what he was like before he turned his life around. Hello, Orange. I also like her hat. I'm assuming you like her hat because it is very Black Mage-esque. You mentioned that Justin fell in with a bad crowd before. I also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Yep, yep, that checks out. Can you tell us more about them? What? Rika, this information will help us with our investigation. Who knew him? Or I could find his delinquent friends. I'm sorry, I really don't know him that well. I should... Get mad. Rika, are you hiding something? Well, what? Of course not. What would the Dark Lord of Aranox possibly have to hide from you? Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. Alright. Well, we gotta finish building this profile. Hard to think about sometimes. You always hear about these things happening, but you never expect them to happen to people. No. Have no fear. I will take more than it will take more than this to bring down the High Archmagi. She's reverted back to her personality. Oh, good. Good, we did it. Alright. Argument time! Rika, you know about Justin's friends, don't you? Be honest with me. I'm not hiding anything. I really don't know much about him. I wasn't that close to Justin Wayne. I may have delivered his food, but he was just a customer to me. Incorrect. Very incorrect. Rika, you clearly know more about Justin than you're letting on, and this oh well, that's... One thing she did for him contradicts that. Right. Of course. I might have believed that you delivered his food because he was a customer. That wasn't all you did for him. You saw that he was trying to turn his life around. Begged Dracogen to set him up with a job. Wouldn't do that for a customer, but he did. Well, that still proves nothing. I am Most Rika Tutor, High Archmage of the Cadmium Flame. It's so hard to believe that I took pity on a stranger. I only helped him because I'm a generous person. It would only be right for me to become a commoner with the means to change his life. No, you're not a good liar, Rika. You would have risked a lot by asking Dracogen to hire a stranger, especially a stranger with a past with Justin. But Justin fell back into his old ways. It would surely have brought about consequences for you and your business. You wouldn't take a risk like that unless you knew him well enough to trust him. Okay, fine. I guess we were friends. Like I said before, he was trying to leave his old life behind. Excellent use of pressing X to doubt, yes. He always kept his past a secret from me. He didn't like talking about the person he was back then. He wanted to forget about it, and I never brought it up. Okay, well, it's the middle one. I doubt that, Rika. In fact, I'm sure you were friends for at least a few. The friendship that old, I'm sure he would have confided you in his past. Well, what? No, you need to stay focused. Rika, I don't know why you thought you had to lie about this, but I need to talk to Joseph's former friends. Is that really necessary? Yes, I need to know why he was behaving so strangely before the accident. His friends might know something about him that you and Dracogen don't. Doesn't make any sense. There wasn't anything strange about the way he was acting. And you're just overthinking this too. Then... No. Why was he... You didn't want to overplay your hand before. It looks like you don't have a choice now. Because Justin told you he was heading to a scheduled meeting in Dracogen's office. According to Dracogen, Justin wasn't even supposed to be in the refinery building yesterday. Rika, Justin may have lied to you. No, he would never do that. I need to know why he was up there. So far, the statements that I've gotten from you and Dracogen explain that. I need to talk to people who might know things about him that... Like, I need this information, girl. Hey, I'll tell you where you can find them. Promise me you'll be safe, okay? Where are the delinquents? Sorry, I was trying to lie. I wasn't trying to lie to you. Okay, I'm assuming you had your reason. The psych lock's opened. But I know where I need to know where I can find Justin's old friends. You probably know already, but a few years ago, Justin got involved with the local street gang. They'd always hang around the beach area. But one day, they found an abandoned house along the coastline. They started spending most of their time there. Own house on the coastline. It's that house, dude. Right where you'll find Justin's old friends. Oh. So that's why. What? Sorry. Don't be. I need to look out for me. Going to be okay? I can go with you if you like. No, it's okay. I'm sure you're busy with the cafe right now. It's not as if I'll be going alone. Alright, just don't push yourself too hard, okay? Yeah. Or... Our poor bodyguard. Very confused. You're out of the old abandoned house upon looking at the home that you left behind. I had a feeling. You're struck with a flood of memories. Memories are once happy, but you know they only fill you with grief. Tyrion, okay? Yeah, let's look around. Wipe your eyes and begin looking around the house. Suddenly you hear the sound of glass breaking. Rush to look at the source to see two young teenagers throwing rocks at the side of the house. There remains a window lying on the ground. Nice shot, Gavin. Gavin Craitlin. One of the teens, apparently named Gavin, knows approaching. Got company, Wyatt. Huh? Stare blankly at the broken glass like you're at a loss for words. I feel like you should, but nothing comes out of your mouth. Suddenly find yourself quickly approaching you. How do you want? What the hell? You didn't realize what you're doing. You threw a punch straight into Gavin. Gosh! Your eyes slowly tearing up. You can only see red. You grab him by the collar and pull him face close to you. Get the hell away from my house. Oh, you want to go? You came looking for trouble. You sure found it. Okay, let's all just calm down and just stay out of this. Oh. Excuse me? What, you got caught in your ears or something? Yes, actually. Oh, you go and repeat what you said. I said, stay out of this. But, 5 minutes later. Someone made Celeste mad. Uh-oh. Celeste? Yes? I'm sorry for losing my temper back there. I didn't mean to drag you into this. It's okay. Our emotions get the better of us sometimes. Celeste? Yes? I think you might have overdone it a bit. Celeste? Yes? I don't think he's breathing. Come on, just give him a second. Suddenly hear a very bruised and broken form of Gavin, sputtering and wheezing on it. Looks like he's finally regained consciousness. He's perfectly fine. You're fine. Staring wide-eyed Celeste, shaking of his legs, looks like he wants to run away. Too frozen by fear to move. Don't bother running. Even with a head start, I can easily catch up to you. Anyway, these two are probably just Justin's former delinquent friends, right? You okay with talking to them? Yes, of course. With their emotions such as you really forgot why you came here in the first place. Would you two happen to know the young man who died at the refinery yesterday? As after Justin became dead. After Justin? Someone with a grudge. I clearly think she would depend on something. Wouldn't hurt to play the part to get more information. I'm going to hurt you. Uh, we're not going to hurt you anymore. It's like to ask questions about Justin. Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you want. All right, you can talk. I'll work on popping Gavin's shoulder back into place. A little disturbing how nonchalantly she says things like that. Odd. What can you tell me about Justin Wade? According to a few witnesses we spoke to, you used to be friends. Friends is kind of pushing it. We used to hang back in the day, but we don't anymore. His room, he was already talking to us again. I thought he left us for good. Walk right in and show a display of dominance over the questions of delinquents. Sometimes it's what you gotta do, though, right? They started talking to you again? Why? You just need some of the old gear you left at the house. Old gear? What kind of old gear? You know, his tools, all the tools you need for lockpicking and safe cracking. Tools for lockpicking and safe cracking? Need those. What was he doing? Well, you need to get the gold you owed your boss. So he owed gold to someone. Word has it he was working for the merchant that owns the refinery. What? Oh, okay, never mind. Ooh, I got it back. Yeah, of course he was working for the refinery because that's where his job was. Yeah. Justin always lives when it came to breaking and entering. He even had tools that could crack magical locks. Getting the gold out was able to be an easy score from here. So was planning to rob Dracogen? Oh no. Well, that's not. This was a non-trivial amount of gold to this person. This person was some kind of criminal. Could they have been the one? That's what. Did Justin tell you who he owed his debt to? Nah, man, he didn't say nothing. They might whack me too if I tell him the truth. Does know. There's no point in playing dumb. Just okay. Give you a name. Answer the question. It's the eye taker. Here goes the eye taker. The eye taker. Why does it sound? Why? Why does it sound familiar? The top. I guess it's alright. Anything else? Herb escaped escaped the backyard again. Oh no, nuts! Oh no! That's not even. It's not even snow this time. Oh no! Hey Tyrion, back at the house. What was all that about? See, you get this angry. You said that this was your house? Yeah. Was my house. It was? Since we arrived in the city, you haven't really been self. Don't talk about it, I'm fine. Don't talk about it. You're not fine. I can see it on your face. Please, talk to me. It's none of your business. I came out a lot louder than you wanted it to. Celeste, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Battle where she quickly walks ahead of you. Well, turn off to not try to win around 5 with him. Of course not. Hey, Morrison, do you know about a criminal named the Eye Taker? The Eye Taker. Where'd you hear that name? So you do know about them. I do. I learned to keep my distance from him over the years. The Eye Taker is the criminal kingpin of this. Hey, why is one of your eyes covered, Mr. Morrison? You better be careful, bro. You'll have comic conscious next time. Right, Harry? Right? he saw what she can do. Every large criminal undertaking in this region happens under his watch. He's that big of a deal? Of course he is. More importantly, how did you hear about it? From what I heard, Justin Way owed him a huge debt. Justin owed them? I knew he used to run around with a bunch of rogues, but I never imagined, by the scale board, the Undertaker might be involved in Justin's death. Think someone like him could be behind this? Well, there's a saying we have about what happens when you get on his bad side. Let's just say, he reminds you why he has that name. You know who the Undertaker is now. Definitely adds another angle to this case. There's still some elements of it that don't make sense. You need to take some time to work through it all. You go talk to the attraction first. I want to see everything that you found. Hello, Mr. Cuthbert. Trust you're doing well. You are. For the most part. Spent some time looking at the accident people who... I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye. Oh. Spent some time explaining your findings of tragedy. Seems troubled when you explain the trace of transportation that you found on the guardrail. He's even more taken aback when you mention Justin's supposed plan to rob him. This is quite a lot to take. Are you missing any valuables in your safe right now? No, actually. But what is it? After the accident, I did a careful inspection of the building. Checked my office and noticed the lock on its safe was disengaged. The safe was open, but there wasn't anything missing. Right. I saw the safe open like that. I was already worried I'd been robbed. Double checked the contents. Everything was accounted for. That I just assumed I'd forgotten to lock it. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's just a coincidence? I might believe where my office is located. What do you mean? Walkway that fell from Leeds office. Window there, the refinery. But that would explain why Justin was there in the first place. I don't want to suspect one of my employees, especially one that isn't alive to defend himself from such accusations. It's too perfectly secure. Except for one thing. Why wasn't anything stolen? Well, regardless, I think you have a pretty good case. Think you'll represent me? After what I've discovered, I won't just stand by and let Von Sanctus have his way. Well spoken. Glad to have you on my side, Mr. Cuthbert. Anyway, regardless of why, someone clearly magically tampered with the site of the accident. I doubt the court will find you at fault for what happened. Although, wrong. Civil cases are a lot less strict than criminal cases. Present evidence suggesting foul play using magic. I'll treat this exactly like our other cases. Yeah, they might stall the trial until they find out exactly what happened. This accident, all we have to do is go on witnesses' accounts. Finding concrete evidence of what happened could very well be impossible. The idea of hunting down the maid responsible sounds very tempting. It looks like you have your work cut out for you. I still think it'll turn out okay. With Von Sanctus on the other side of this, who knows what might happen. Just to keep your wits about you. Oh, good. I can't. Oh, good. I'm glad that she's here. Also, why didn't it want me to save? I can't believe I have more important things to solve. I can't believe this. I have more important things to do. Solve your petty squabbles for you. Yes, the missing ship of your betrothed. Listen, the sooner you... Oh! Oh, I understand now. Oh no. Listen, the sooner you help me resolve this mess with Dracogen, the sooner you return to being the prince's lapdog. That is to say, so I'm not preoccupied with this case. House Von Sanctus can provide the resources that you and the Inquisition need. Suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Well, at least this case should be relatively straightforward. Oh, good. Alright. Court time. Court is now in session for the trial of Stephanie Dracogen. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is also ready. Hello, things. Very well, let us begin the proceedings. Prosecutor Steelwind, please list the charges. The defendant is charged with criminal negligence in the death of Justin Wayne. The death occurred at the Aranox Arcane Refinery Lab. Mr. Wayne is an employee of the Dracogen Trading Company, owned by the defendant. During work hours, the victim accidentally broke a poorly maintained safety rail, fell into a vat of corrosive. Attempts to save his life failed, and the body almost fully dissolved. What? Thank you, face. I see. What a gruesome end. The defendant displayed clear negligence in maintaining the refinery's facility. As such, the responsibility for Mr. Wayne's death falls squarely on his shoulders. To begin, the prosecution wanted to call Noah Morrison to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Yes, the name's Noah Morrison. I'm the harbor master of Aranox Harbor. It's my understanding that you missed the accident that night, am I correct? I did. Please testify to the court about what you witnessed. He only has one eye. I was showing a visitor around the city, and for some reason, he really wanted to see the Aranox Arcane Refinery. He was expecting machines there. Suddenly, Rika ran up to him. He was desperately trying to tell us something, but there was just too much noise. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway overlooking the refinery. That's where we saw someone fall into that accursed vat. It's an eyewitness, not an eyes witness. I mean, you're not wrong, I guess. There was a guardrail that should have prevented him from falling, but he broke through it as he fell. There was a safety rail where that should have protected the victim. Yes. However, upon close inspection, the city guard found the rails were extremely rusted. They were clearly poorly maintained by the company. I see. Negligence is the basis of the prosecution's charges. Are you going to present the traces of transmutation that we found? Can't you feel like there's something in Morris's testimony that doesn't add up? And now those traces are the only defense we have against Von Sanctus. Not a piece I want to use just yet. Once you use that piece, so the judge. Not much has changed with Morris's testimony, however, there's a lot more evidence since you last spoke with him. Anything you found that contradicts his testimony? That is a good question. Let us take a look. What do we have? Mention the part where you saw someone fall into the vat. Not recognize the person? Well, I didn't know that person. Pretty far away. I couldn't get a good look at the person. Oh, what? What happened to the guardrail before he fell? I saw him lean on it. It should have prevented him from falling off the walkway, but the rail just broke the instant he put his weight on it. So I fell into the vat. He broke through it as he fell. guardrail rusted before he broke it, what kind of condition was it in? I couldn't make out those details. It was pretty far away. I could barely make out the figure that fell into the vat. It was a bit farther away, so I couldn't see if there was any rust on the guardrail. I think I need a different piece of information. What was Aster doing at the time? Well, he couldn't do much. He was standing next to me. He's like, just fall into that too. What was Rika doing? Also not helpful. Unless I need to present... Couldn't see anything, not even a small fleck of rust. It was far off flat. I could barely make out one person fell into the vat. And how did you know it was Justin that fell in then? Well, who else could it have been? Found the remnants of the victim's personal effects in the vat. Somebody was definitely the person that fell into the chemicals. Examine everything since we talked. So... I think it was the one that brought your attention to the walkway. And if it weren't for her, we wouldn't have seen. All their testimonies match up to what they're saying. I don't... What does it want me... Let's just start pressing everything. He was inspecting the machines there when suddenly Rika ran up. She was there and witnessed the accident. Yeah. Are there any points of her testimony that don't add up with Morrison? Trying to tell us something that there was too much noise. There was no way I could hear her. Don't understand her because yeah. Okay, so that checks out.
Objection.
Hybrid. Yeah, you did. I was wondering. You play the yeah, I know Orange. I think there's gotta be something with her testimony, right?
Objection!
Oh, okay. Because that's the answer? Sure. Sure game. Oh, wait. Right. Okay, no, okay. Now that he said this, this makes sense. Because he's saying he saw him fall into the vat, but Rika is saying that she had to point it out to them. I think. Hello, Iceman. The sequencing was off. Yeah. Yeah. Man. This happened before, during, or after most Rika tried to get your attention? It was definitely after. If it weren't for the commotion she made, I wouldn't have looked up there in the first place. Just as you thought, but... Morrison, I spoke with Mosarika about what she saw. She said that she saw Justin fall off the walkway and then rushed to you for help. Okay, yeah, it's their order of operations is... Yeah, that sounds about right. No, Morrison, it actually doesn't. What do you mean? Mosarika saw Justin fall before she went to you. And how did you see him fall after she came for you? What? Morrison, Mosarika came to you for help. This is in reaction to seeing Justin fall off the walkway. If that's true, then how could she have possibly seen Justin fall off the walkway again afterward? I have no idea. Mr. Cuthbert, you're disputing the witness's testimony over a minor detail. It's entirely possible that Mr. Morrison or Miss Tudor simply misremembered. I highly doubt that Morrison misremembered the order of them. His testimony matches up exactly with the testimony of his companion. Then Ms. Tudor must be the one mistaken. I'm compelled to agree with Miss Fielder. These conflicting accounts seem extremely minor. The prosecution's case is based on a broken guardrail, and only 3 individuals witnessed Justin Wade break said guardrail. The defense asserts that 3 witness accounts must be consistent with each other. Otherwise, this evidence is not strong enough to find my client liable. Please, the breaking the guardrail is directly over the vat. That is enough physical evidence that proves that the victim fell in because the railing broke. I know that the guardrail wasn't broken by some other reason. That's ludicrous. You're simply playing devil's advocate. I'll admit that I also find the defense's assertion dubious. However, I see no harm in allowing Miss Tudor to testify as to what she saw. We saw a lot less than Morrison and Astrid did, and her testimony was a lot less detailed. But one detail she did remember was she saw Justin fall off the walkway. Hopefully, her testimony might clear up some of what happened. Bailiff, please escort Miss Tudor to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the record. This is probably Rika's first time testifying in a courtroom. I hope she'll be okay. I can see if I need such introductions, but allow me to indulge you all. Oh Lord, is she seriously doing that here? I am Rika Tudor, Dark Lord of Arnott's High Archmage with the Cadmium Flames, and this is writer of Sweet Infections. Oh, I see. I was not aware we were in the presence of such a renowned individual. Wait. Does he actually believe her? Oh no. Your Honor, Rika Tudor is the owner of a local cafe in Arnott. But isn't she also a high archmagi? I am. No, she really isn't. Tyrion, you're ruining my flow. Yeah, stop ruining her flow, Tyrion. You would say that your flow is the most disruptive right now. Anyway, Miss Tudor, you were at the Arnott's refinery on that. You witnessed the moment the victim fell off the walkway, correct? Yes, that's right. According to your statement, you ran up to Mr. Morrison. You ran up to Morrison after saw Justin fall off the walkway. The problem is that there's a contradiction between both of your testimony. There's a contradiction. Morrison testified that he didn't see the victim fall into the vent until after you approached him. This wouldn't make sense, though. You saw the victim fall off the walkway before you ran to Morrison. I mean, a little bit, Harry, yes. A little bit. Morrison could have possibly seen the victim fall off again after that. Oh, I think I see what happened. I think you're misunderstanding what I said before. I misunderstood you? If that's true, could you please specify to the court exactly what happened? Please include every detail that you can remember. Sure. I was at the refinery when I heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was,
Have you tried just bribing the justice system to win?
No, Zen, we're literally doing the opposite. That's what the opposition is doing. We're doing literally the opposite of trying to bribe them. We're trying to stop the bribers from winning via bribery. I can't. We don't make enough money. Like in Phoenix Wright, we have no money. Hello, Zen. Bribe the people, bribing the bribers. I mean, yeah, enough money for... I mean, really, part of her working with us is because we defended her in the first case, I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of like how she's paying us back for that. You have no money, could you keep doing these jobs for free? Okay, I mean... You're not wrong, however. You would think Tyrion would be getting paid for this chess tournament that he won. I'd assume there'd be some prize for that. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin had tumbled over the guardrail, but he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hang on to the edge. I didn't know how to get to the walkway from there, so I looked for help on the grounds and found Mr. Morrison. He must have seen Justin lose his grip from the edge and fall into the vat after that. So, the victim didn't immediately fall into the vat. He was hanging on the edge of the walkway. That would explain how Mr. Morrison saw the victim fall into the vat after Mr. saw him fall off the walkway. In any case, Mr. Carter, you may begin your cross-examination. Worst trading on history ever. I mean... Also true, yeah. Okay. What about their testimony? No. Because now her testimony doesn't match up with their testimony because they see him break the railing and fall. Like they see him break the railing.
Objection!
So like they're not lining up with each other. Over. He said over, didn't he? You said the victim tumbled over the guardrail, as in was thrown over it. Yes, that's right. What? Did you see the moment the guardrail broke? No, I didn't. I already told you that, didn't I? But you did see the moment that Justin fell off the walkway. And at that moment, you did see Justin break the guardrail. No, like I told you, I didn't see the moment that the guardrail broke. But that's the thing, Rika. According to Morrison, Justin Wade broke the guardrail as he fell into the vat. So, yes, Brave. Someone fell into a vat of well, Brave. If it helps, actually, this probably doesn't help. They're magical chemicals. If anything, because they're magical chemicals, they should, do more other than extra magical, extra deadly. Yes. It said that Justin was standing on the walkway when this happened. What? According to the prosecution, Justin Wade leaned onto a faulty guardrail and broke it, falling into the vat. But that's not what you saw, was it, Rita? No, I saw him tumble over the guardrail. I'm afraid I don't see the importance of this, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you accusing the witness of perjury? No. There's definitely something going on here, but what? Most Rika is a mage, and you don't want to suspect her, but you need to consider every possibility. What is happening here? I honestly think they're both telling the truth. I think they both with. Oh man! All right, hold on. Oh, was the second? Oh, okay. I honestly think they're both telling the truth. Yeah. They're both telling the truth. They've got to be. If we assume that Rika and Morrison are telling the truth, you need to remember the exact order of events. Rika saw Justin go off the walkway. Saw him fall over the guardrail and off the walkway. Justin was able to grab onto the walkway ledge. Then that's when Rika went to look for help. This is when she ran to Morrison and asked her. They're all lying, and the judge did it. Oof. And then asked her. It was too dark to make out his feature. Didn't see his. How do you know it's him that fell in? So, is it possible that we saw that? So, Rika saw it happen first. She went to get help. Then they looked. By the time they looked, he had already fallen in. And there was a second, we didn't see any illusion magic, though. We know for a fact he fell into the vat. We never considered one other possibility. That another person fell into the vat. It's gotta be... Oh wait, or did Justin survive? And try to crawl out, but then when he... Wait. Hold on, which one of these is true? Is it possible? But yeah, another person is the only thing that makes sense. But who's the second person? I think you've had quite enough time to deliberate this. You accusing the witness or not? I'm not accusing the witness of perjury. Both Miss Tudor and Mr. Morrison's testimonies appear to contradict each other, but they are both telling the truth. Then please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true? Well, I think there's only one possible explanation. Both Ms. Tudor and Mr. Morrison, someone, fall off the walkway. The person that Ms. Tudor saw and the person that Mr. Morrison saw were two different people. Are you serious, Mr. Cuthbert? You honestly think some random person fell into a vat moments after Justin Wade fell in? It's the only conclusion that makes sense, Miss Sealand. Ms. Tudor knew the victim and recognized him. That's how she was able to confirm it was him that fell into the vat. However, Mr. Morrison and his companion did not know the victim personally. They could barely make out his features. They only assumed it was him after learning that he fell in. Please. It is far more likely that Miss Tudor is simply mistaken about what she saw. But, no, I'm sure I saw Justin tumble over the guardrail. And let's not forget Miss Tudor's allegiances. Beneficiary of the Dragon Trading Company, she has every reason to confound this case in its favor. But, whoa! How would you say the word Holyrood? I would say Holyrood. You've spelled it literally the words Holly and rude and stuck them together. Yeah. I guess Holyrood also would work, yeah. You win this argument. Wait, who are you arguing with? And what is the other option? Probably Zen. I mean, that's Mr. Arcane. He is furiously typing. Oh, good. It's not Holyrood. Listen, as someone who occasionally speaks leet speak, that is definitely how you spell rude. There's not two L's, but with it could go either way. He's trying to corrupt your child. Does it? Oh, it kind of does look like a fence, doesn't it? Oh, I need to actually get the one for 3 years created. Now that since you're mentioning that, I need 3 years as 3-year affiliate anniversary is coming up in a couple months. So I think oh no, that is my 3. No, I need to come up with the 4-year badge. Dang, 4 years? Really? We will build a fence and make them pay for it. uh, this is a civil case, Mr. Cuthbert, not some murder mystery you to throw wild theories toward. This was clearly an accident. If you don't have a choice, you're gonna have to use your trump card. One piece of evidence that implies this wasn't a simple accident. Are you sure about that, Your Honor? What? Justin Way's death was reported as an unfortunate accident. The city guard put minimal resources. More specifically, there was no reason to call in the arcane. What are you talking about now? Why would the Inquisition be? No, are you saying that, unlike the Arnak City Guard, I have a mage capable of casting Detect Magic? My bodyguard, Celeste McCoy, scanned the crime scene for magical traces, and she found traces of transmutation on the broken guardrail. Traces of magic were found at the crime scene. That would make this a potential homicide, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. The accident took place within an arcane refinement. The traces could have easily come from the purification process. Miss Steelwind, these traces were found only on the guardrail that Justin broke. We didn't find them anywhere else. She mad. She's so mad. We can't be certain of what happened, but it's clear that a mage used magic to see the act. Foul play may have been involved. So my theory is that another person falling into the vat is entirely possible. My client is not at fault for the guardrail breaking. Considering this shocking revelation, there's so much we do not know about Justin. That said, I have no choice but to suspend the trial of Von Sanctus first. I had a feeling this is what happened. Just like your other cases, this course won't pass a verdict unless the culprit is found. The court will give the Arcane Inquisition time to investigate the scene and suppose it's some magical. Do the trial in 2 days' time. 2 days? Oh, Lord. Oh no, I have to actually work for my money now. Right. Well, we at least survived the first day. It kind of feels like we're back to square one. Yeah. The Inquisition will get involved. They know magic played a role in what happened. I want them to dismiss the case against Dragogen. You're gonna have to find out exactly what happened. If that's even possible. Hey, are you okay? I feel a headache coming on. Yeah, I think I'm just tired. Well, this day has been exhausting. It's pretty late. We should head back to the inn and continue the investigation tomorrow. No, I want to take another look at the refinery before the Inquisition is there. Driving pain in your skull seems to disagree with you doing that. Oh no, a migraine. Yeah, no, we're heading back to the inn. Fine, really. Aaron, I know you're anxious about the trial, but you need to get some rest. Blessed, it's fine. It's not. You're going to work yourself. Would you just stay out of my way? Oh no. And your voice came out louder than you meant it to. Whatever, do what you want. I'm City. Came back has really got one more reason to get through this trial as soon as possible. Turns in your head doesn't seem to be going soon. Perhaps she's right. You'll be better off investigating the scene after some rest. Just really enjoy slaying that hammer. The gavel animation is so violent. I've heard that hammer. I'd smash it off. And yep. Another nightmare overtakes your sleep. You clutch the note tightly in your hands as you read. I'm sorry, Tyrion. There's so many things I wanted to tell you. Things that I wanted to show you. I'm afraid I can't do that. Be strong now. The world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you, and how bright the light is within you in my eyes. Here beyond the divine gates that I once did. Reclaim the future. Her eyes.
Iceman_F1 gifted a tier 1 subscription to Arira PS.
Iceman, thank you for the gift sub to Airy. Airy, enjoy all the nonsense emotes that I have. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is stop the execution. You can just distract the knights long enough. You can say, "Oh, okay."
Iceman underscore F1 gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
Okay, Iceman, thanks. Thanks for the 5 gifts up. Going to Bedlaw, Orange, Amanda, Jagira, and FaZe. Okay. We'll do another. I gotta get through these wheel spin games, man. We'll add. We'll do that tomorrow. Thank you so much. When Dark Souls 2, when I get Partner Plus, then when I get Partner Plus or affiliate plus, the Plus program thing. I could just say, yeah, get me Partner and we'll do DS2, but that seems a bit far-fetched. How many subs? That's a good question. I think it's like 100. You distract Nice long enough, you can save her and run away. You'll have to abandon your home, but at least she'll still be with you. Oh, as you try to sprint toward the gallows. The gallows? Wait, did they hang his mother? Oh no. Yeah, gift subs don't count. Yeah, gift subs don't count. Hello. What are you... Ooh.
Did you win the bribery?
What? What? No.
You're trying to counter bribe.
No, we're not counter bribing. Yeah, gift subs don't count. I am being very stubborn with DS2. Very sorry, everyone. You try to sprint over the gallows, the knight grabs your arm and pulls you back. Hey kid, you can't cross this point. Oh. Hey, stop that. Really, you try to break his grip by striking him with your bare hand. He barely feels anything. You even dusted out in Jolly Co-op, I'm sure. I'm sure you would. He barely feels anything through his armor. I did say, I don't know if it'll happen, because DS3, the person who made Seamless Co-op for Elden Ring made Seamless Co-op for DS3. Clandiro and I are currently doing that off stream because it's DS3. DS3 is fun. I did say if they made that for DS2, I would consider it. You need to play Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring. It's so much fun. I highly recommend. Your knuckles start to bleed. Irritated by your hair, the knight pins you to the ground. You desperately struggle against him to no avail. And from this position, you have no choice but to watch what's happening. Wait, stop! Make eye contact with your mother one last time. Oh. 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 Oh no. Oh, he had to watch it too? Oh, this is tragic. Oh. Oh. Next month's auto game you're gonna play is Suiken 1-2. Has to come out in 5 days. Oops. You know you have Lord of Cinders on you, DS2. I can I will stick with I love Elden Ring. It's so much fun. I'm very excited for Night Rain and it's in 3 months. Ooh. Ooh. And then, I mean, I did one in a multi-world a couple weeks ago. That was a time. Tyrion? Celeste? Snap back awake. It was another nightmare. Notice that the tears are streaming down your face. Billy tried to bring your sleeve up to wipe them away. Realize that Celeste is firmly gripping your hand. Why are you... sorry. You were shouting in your sleep. Seemed to calm down a little whenever I held your hand, so I've been doing that. Oh. Closer you get to traditional Souls games, it's Wukong. Ooh, I haven't touched Wukong yet. If you're looking at Souls likes, I highly recommend Lies of P as well. Which, that's getting DLC soon too. Yeah. I gotta do another playthrough of Lies of P too, because I need, there's just too many games. Yeah, that's the problem. There's too many games. And playing Link to the Past is not good for my remaining time. But Harry, you're good at Link to the Past. See a little bit of that game. Definitely interested. Tyrion, are you okay? Exactly, so it's the same option, yeah. You're not. You've been acting weird since we arrived in Arnos. It's nothing. It's not nothing. Does it have something to do with your mother? For the past 2 nights, you've been calling out for her in your sleep. Oh, of course. Incremental games devour you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Please just talk to me. I'm your friend, aren't I? Never even realized that you didn't have many people in your life after you left Aranox. You only had Ms. Tamora, and she never wanted to talk about what happened. But Celeste, she's been there start of your career. She's been here the whole time. Of course she's your friend. It all happened a long time ago. We lived here together in that old house. Mother was a merchant. Mage. Wait, oh, wait. Oh. Okay. I guess to get the magic skipped my generation, I could never use it. About 10 years ago, my mother's business partner was found murdered. They found traces of magic at the crime scene. They thought your mom did it. This tomorrow was my mother's defense attorney for the trial. She did everything she could to get her acquitted, but she could never find the real culprit. He found her guilty of first-degree murder. Tried to stop her execution, but voice starts breaking. Tyrion. I'm sorry, Celeste. Coming back here has brought back so many memories. I thought that I already moved on from what happened. If I can just keep saving people as an attorney, then maybe I could put all this behind me. But I'm in arms. Feelings are still so fresh in my mind. Like I'm still the same powerless child from 10 years ago. I know that I've been taking that out on you. I'm really sorry. Don't be again. I know what it's like to lose that. She does, doesn't she? My dad was murdered. You're there for me. If it weren't for you, I would have still believed that he died hating me. Oh. 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 So just let me be here for you. Ah. Sorry, last few days have been a little tiring. Okay, just focus on falling asleep for as long as you need me. Ah. Oh, man, what a start to part 5 of this case. Is this part 5? This is part 4. This is part. Either way, you must feel too rested. You feel really reluctant to leave the comfort of your bed. Celeste, are you there? Your hand feels warm. Oh, oh. You can feel your heart stop. Celeste? Come on. Her eyes slowly open as she wakes her equally restful sleep. She gradually catches her surroundings. Those must be really uncomfortable. Yes. There, it's gotta be. Yeah. I mean, come on. You seem to be doing better. You're okay, right? Yeah. Thank you for last night. Poor phrasing. You need to run off. Okay. Hello, Mama Brave. Enjoy your day. The group of you. Hello, are you there, Mr. Cuthbert? Your soul nearly jumps out of your body. You suddenly hear Aster's voice, and it's extremely loud. Look to see where he is, but he's nowhere to be found. Aster? Oh, thank you, Scale Lord. I've finally gotten through to you, too. But where are you? I'm using a spell to speak with you right now. I apologize for contacting you in this manner, but I was worried that something had happened to the two of you. Oh, right. Of course. Anyway, what do you want at this time of day? She says, hi back. Yay! This time of day, Mr. Cuthbert, it's 3 p.m. 3 in the afternoon. What? 3 p.m.? You missed the entire morning? Oh, God. Man, I miss being able to sleep until 3 p.m. Man. Hell, I was up at 6 a.m. today. It's Saturday. I don't even work, and I was still up for time to go to work if I had to work today. Oh. I hope everything is okay. Did something happen? No, everything's okay. Anyway, if it's already this late, we should head over to the refinery. Yes, the investigation. Let's do that immediately. And since Celeste immediately power walks out of the room, you quickly follow her. If you're heading to the refinery, do you mind if I meet with you two? There's something that I'd like to ask you. Sure. Wonderful, I'll see you at the town square. Alright, Aster. How you doing? You quickly meet Aster in the town square, where you wait while you walk to the refinery. Just let's walk to your destination with purpose. A little too much purpose. It's almost as if you're both trying to distract yourselves from something. I wonder what. Every time you make eye contact with Celeste, she quickly glances away. I could have called this coming from, like, the moment that he taught her how to play chess in Chapter 1. I could have told you this scene was gonna happen. Dang. Things are a little awkward. We should much prefer this over the tense mood we did yesterday. Anyway, Aster, what was that spell you used earlier? It let you speak to us without being there? Oh, that was a conjuration spell. It's called Send Message. I just feel like it's a bit uneasy that you can just contact us out of the blue like that. More importantly, you're a little worried about what he might have seen. But don't worry, the spell is perfectly harmless. Enjoy the ship. That ship sailed so long ago. I can give you the parameters if you like. Yes, please. Give me send message. Cool. Looks like it only facilitates communication. He definitely didn't see the embarrassing state you two were in. By the way, I'm not trying to be rude, but why are you following us? Oh, yes. I was still trying to think of the proper method to ask you, but you both seem to be on edge at the moment. What did you want to ask us? You already told me about the traces of transmutation at the refinery, but the trial yesterday really highlighted the significance of that. I can't simply stand by if I was a witness to a murder. And may I join you on your investigation? He's a fanboy. He's literally a fanboy. Oh my god. How does Tyrion have a fanboy? You're questioning his motives for a variety of reasons. He was the only other mage that was at the scene of the crime, and between him and Rika, you definitely trust Rika more. Alright, I see no reason why not. Celeste shoots you a concerned look. Subtly gesture for keep an eye on Aster. You know, it's an acknowledgement. Aster is your prime suspect right now. Has to be aware of that. Keep him close to you, you might be able to catch some dissonant thoughts through the eye. Ah, alright. You're at the refinery and see several knights from the Inquisition have already arrived. What kind of a sign indicates subtly keep an eye on this person? Right? I'm going to use words to indicate a physical motion that he won't catch, but she will understand to mean watch him, but do it subtly. Yeah, This is like some weird sign language nonsense, for sure. You glance at the damaged walkway and see Commander White with a few of his knights. He seems to notice you too, but only pays you a passing glance. Oh, Mr. Cuthbert, I've been waiting for you for quite a while, I might add. Right, sorry about that. I suppose you have your reasons, and you will have proven yourself worthy of my trust, although Dragon gives Aster a suspicious cycle. He appears to have come to the same conclusion you do, but you give me more and little reason to doubt your judgment. I'll leave the investigation you're capable of. Speaking of the investigation, where should we start? Now we've gotten the Inquisition involved, we might be able to learn more about the magical trace of the crime scene. Look at Commander White, who's inspecting the walkway. Probably your best bet for getting more information about them. I'm quite pleased with your work during the trial. I'm glad I put my trust in you. Thank you, but we're still a long way from getting your case dismissed. And showing the possibility of a murder has definitely made things much more complicated. I see no reason to blame you. You see no reason to blame yourself. You really played the cards you were dealt. Still trying to sense what happened. Do you have any idea who the second victim might be? No. All my other employees are accounted for. I doubt it was anyone who worked for me. Then who was it? All employees are present. Oh god, wait! What if... Oh no! Oh, okay, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but what if the second person is the person who killed him? And they're a mage who cast the transmutation spell and then broke the rail. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, okay, I think we're either getting ahead of ourselves or that is the wrong way to go. Oh no. No. Oh no. To be perfectly honest, I'm concerned with how many unauthorized people were here that day. He has a point. It seems strange that Justin, Rika, and Morrison were all there. Oh, it's you two. Is this? Wait, the hell? Commander, please don't. What the hell are you doing? You two doing with the Crown Prince? Oh, what? Here's my cover has been blown, as they say. Did you just say you're the Crown Prince? God. Let's just add more complication to this. Why don't we? Yes, my full name is Aster de Wyverngard IV, heir to the throne of Wyverngard. Occupation Prince. Okay. The entire time you're speaking with the heir to the throne? I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. Oh, sorry, Your Majesty. Please, none of that. I would much prefer if you all continued to call me Aster. But no, I could never. You've never seen the commander this flustered before. Why did you find the need to hide from us? I didn't want you to think less of me. I admire your work, Mr. Cuthbert, which is why I'm afraid you wouldn't speak with me if you knew the truth. I mean, in a way, he's correct to assume that. Remember the royal family, he represents everything that you and Miss Tamora are fighting against. But he does look like a sincere and genuine person. At the very least, you haven't seen anything incriminating through the eye of one. Anyway, this complicates things greatly. Aster is your primary suspect. If he did commit the murder, you would have to implicate a member of the royal family. An element is one thing, but would it even be possible to convict the crown prince? Well, no matter what, you won't stop seeking justice. It doesn't matter who you're facing, be they man, king, or god. And princes aside, you came here to talk to the commander about his investigation. Since Aster is accompanying you, he might be more inclined to share details. Aha! We're going to use this leverage. I'm surprised at the... Yep, we'll catch you later, Iceman. Thanks for hanging out. I'm surprised that the Inquisition is even here. I thought you were all busy investigating Aster's missing ship. Wait, you know about that? Commander glances nervously at Aster. Well, we wanted to put more of our people there. The Lady Steelwind insisted that we focus on the Dracogen. As you should. I would much rather have you find justice for Justin Wayne. That's far more important than looking at some musty old ship. Why are you worried about that? It's kid for real. Why is he worried? Wait. What? Alright, cool. Have you discovered anything about the magical traces here? We did take a look at it. It's definitely suspicious. The only rails with magical traces on them are these. And the fact that we can still see it means they were left within the last 48 hours. It's looking pretty likely that someone used transmutation on these rails on it. That doesn't make sense. Why would someone weaken these rails specifically? I don't know. I'm as confused as you are. And this is really foul play that someone knew Justin or some other person was in this exact place. The Inquisition found any evidence to prove my theory. You mean about a second person falling into the vat? Sorry, kid. It ain't that simple. Why that Justin fell sort of solved. That's quite gruesome. And if another person had fallen, their body would dissolve too. But you can only find some bone fragments, blood, and a lot of metallic shards. You never used divination magic to identify the bone fragments. Yep. We found all belong to Justin Wayne. No sign of bones from another person. Okay, that's good information. Was there any evidence of another person falling in? Your theory had been incorrect then? Are you sure that you and Morrison saw a person fall into the vat? I definitely saw someone fall off a walkway and break the guardrail. Although thinking back to it, I didn't recognize who that person was. Harbor Master and I were pretty far away, and it wasn't well lit. I think the second victim's body fully dissolved? That might explain why we can't find any bone matter from them. My theory is correct. The second victim fell in minutes after Justin fell in. Wouldn't make sense if that person's body fully dissolved before Justin. Why can't you find any bone matter of the second person? Either way, Dracogen might want to hear about this. Yeah. Alright, liquid is so volatile. How are you able to take things out of that? Oh, the liquid isn't volatile anymore. The Harbor Master and I reported what we saw. The workers poured some sort of a chemical solution into the vat. Yeah, according to them, that solution neutralized the evocation magic in the chemicals. What I hear, magic liquid in these vats is usually blue. The solution they poured in turned it green. Yes, unfortunately, it was too late. By the time they neutralized the liquid, Justin's body had already mostly dissolved. They had neutralized it so quickly, probably wouldn't do anything. Good info. I still can't believe that you've been the Crown Prince this entire time. I wasn't trying to deceive you. I just worried you might treat me differently if you knew the truth. Oh, right. Should I call Steelwind over here for you? She'll probably want to see you. No, I think it would be best if you... Oh, I remember now. If you're the Crown Prince, that means Prosecutor Steelwind, your fiancé. Yup. Rhaegar did mention that during the last case. That's why the name Aster sounded familiar. It's odd in her thoughts. And Miriam. She's caused me so much trouble publicly revealing my marriage to Lady Steelwind. Oh, I'd hoped to keep it a secret for much longer. Where is Prosecutor Steelwind anyway? She's always investigates these crime scenes herself. She going to investigate the disappearing ship personally. She seemed really hell-bent on finding the people responsible. Well, yeah, they're trying to kidnap her fiance. Like, quite literally. Aw, she must really care about you, Astor. No, I highly doubt that. Oh, the marriage is arranged by our parents. She has no say in the matter, and I know she only tolerates me for the good of our kingdom. I'm sure she still cares about you. No, I can tell by the way she behaves with her. Her hands quiver with rage, and she can't even bear to look at me when I speak to her. Damn, I can't believe she treats the crown prince like that. Oof. She may be my fiance, but our marriage is purely political. She does so much because of her name. The ancient aristocrats really have your own share of problems. Dang. Alright, well, let's go talk to you about the vat content. We spoke to the Inquisition about what they found in the vat, and they could only find bone matter belonging to Justin. Well, that and several metallic shards. What? That can't be right. I know. I was hoping to find some evidence here to prove my theory. Let's find another approach to prove it. No, that's not what I meant. There shouldn't be any solid material in those vats. Are you talking about the metallic shards? I just assumed those were some kind of magical byproduct. No. The refinement process requires that everything in that vat remains a liquid. Solid material would be absorbed by the liquid's magical properties and taint the entire batch. The metal shards, so those metal shards weren't supposed to be in. You think they came from the broken pieces of the railing? Possibly. Though probably want to double check with the commander to be sure. This is definitely strange. We need to take a moment to work through all this. Alright, here we go. Sentence time. Please, that's what I think this music means. From what Dracogen... Try that again. From what Dracogen said, there shouldn't have been any solid material in those vats. Already confirmed that the bone matter they found came from Justin's body. But that leaves another question. How did the metallic shards appear in the vat? It could be... a metal object thrown into the vat. Yep. That had to be it. Whatever it was, it probably dissolved into the shards that Orem found. Thing is, though, what should the magical liquid have done to the object? It should have melted, right? That liquid should have completely destroyed the metal object. We shouldn't have found any metal shards in the first place. But we did find them. So how do you explain that? Why wasn't the metal object fully destroyed? Because the vat liquid is neutralized. Oh. Yeah, okay, I just had the wrong word. That's fine. When Asper and Morrison reported the accident, the workers immediately neutralized the liquid's magic. They did this to attempt to save Justin. It would have stopped all the liquid from dissolving anything within the vat. Now, the metal object was partially destroyed. This means it fell into the vat around the same time that Justin fell into the vat. Wouldn't it be Justin's, like, lockpicking set? Oh, it's as large as Justin. Oh, never mind. Did a statue fall in? Alright, hold up. Let's go back up to the walkway. I would like to see the metallic shards. I'll look at the metallic shards? Sure. If I didn't take anything. Also, I'll avoid touching them with your bare hands. Liquid is neutralized, but it definitely ain't good for the skin. After a few moments, he brings a large black barrel filled with metallic shards. But what? There were that many? Your boss, what could have fallen into the bag? Well, I guess we can get started. Spend the time closely inspecting the metallic shards of Celeste. Shards are only the size of small rocks. It's difficult to discern to get any discerning feature. Any luck on your end? No, I haven't found... I think I found something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. The full-on metallic shard with some sort of engraving on it. Unlike their shard, this one looks far less damaged. The engraving on it looks like some sort of crest. That's the crest of House Von Sanctus. Isn't he the noble that's charging Dracogen? Oh, good. But no, Lord Von Sanctus was the second victim. Aster, you don't know who would have a house emblem like that. Normally the Lord's retainers would have the emblems of his house. I got that Justin was one who had them in his possession. Do you think one of Von Sanctus's retainers fell into the vat that night? It's definitely possible, but if that did happen, why haven't we heard about it? Lord Von Sanctus would have the reason like that of the public eye. The only way to know for sure would be to ask him ourselves. Even if we could talk to him, he would never cooperate with us. We glanced at the prince. Someone at his station would have no trouble meeting with Lord Von Sanctus. An idea begins to form in your mind, unless... What is it, Mr. Cuthbert? Aster, do you think you could help us interrogate Lord Von Sanctus? Really? You need my help? In this instance, it'd be very difficult to speak with him by ourselves, but as the Crown Prince, he'd be much more inclined to speak with you. Of course, I'd be happy to help. You might be replaying your handle by utilizing Aster this way. You're still wary of the prince, especially since he was one of the few seen. Does this really work though? Not ideal, but the only lead we have so far. It still bothers you. Why haven't you found any bone matter from the second person? Ugh. Maybe you're overthinking it. Maybe you should pursue every lead and see where it takes you. Do that, you need to find out where Lord Von Sanctus is. Go to the cafe. Rika! Nope. Closed for the day. Well, she's not here. Oh, of course. I gotta look over the big blaring Von Sanctus Manor. Oh. So sorry. So this is the Von Sanctus house. It'd be more appropriate to call this building a palace rather than a house. Oh, what's that smell? A bit further into the manor, you're hit with a very pungent sour odor. Almost burns the interior of your nostrils out. Can we take it? Well, we're here. If you look around the manor, you don't see anyone. It looks like Lord Sanctus is home at the moment. Perhaps we should try looking somewhere else. Town square, I'm gonna guess is... Oh, I found him. We mustn't let such idealistic notions throw our nation into chaos. Around the town square and see Lord Von Sanctus speaking to several spectators from a podium. Oh, there he is! He appears to be giving some sort of speech. Fear of us to remain hidden from his view while you... Please understand, the actions of nobility seem callous, however, we only have your best interest at heart. This controversy with the Dracogen trading company is one of the many examples. These so-called unions, like men like him support may seem appealing, but only obfuscate and hinder the nobility from protecting the working class. Men like Stefanik Dracogen are merely charlatans. Only seek financial gain by strong-arming your true benefactor. True benefactors, what a joke. I knew Von Sanctus was wary of Dracogen, but this is awesome. I think it's less about Dragogen specifically and more about what he represents. What do you mean? The Dragogen Trading Company has presented tangible proof that its policies are both effective and profitable. Even businesses that have no affiliation with him have started following its example. Von Sanctus is merely a relic of the past, and I think he knows that his archaic ideals will survive in this landscape. I can only hope our grand kingdom recognizes the danger. The danger. As I have. The pompous noble leaves the podium and does ponder his. Ugh. What a load of garbage. Obvious that Von Sanctus knows his days are numbered. But look at what happened. We let common folks at their own channels and young men died. I get your point there. Von Sanctus came to care shortly after his speech. It appears to be heading back to his manor. Alright, let's go back. Anyway, we saw Von Sanctus heading back here. We should be able to speak with him soon. Wait, Tyrion, going to recognize us? We can't really avoid that. If we want to question him, we need to speak with him. But even a noble like him would have to act civilly with the crown prince present. I mean, like how you civilly embarrassed and insulted him a few days ago? Right, you completely forgot about the chess tournament. Well, suppose if we can hide our identities from him. They base him in the chess tournament, and I'm Dracogen's tournament. He knows what we look like. What we look like? Wait, that's it. What? You're Lucio. Wait, what are you? Wow, that's quite impressive, Celeste. Right? I've been practicing that one. What are you two talking about? I think you should see for yourself. Chris gestures towards a nearby mirror in the hallway. Reluctantly approach it. Just exactly what did Celeste do to you? What? Why do I look like Riss Rudolph? It looks great, right? Aaron's taught me that one. Honestly expect him to fall for this? Probably a powerful mage. He'll see right through this. Are you telling me the Crown Prince is here? Why didn't you notify me sooner? Here Von Sanctus shouting at his attendant from down the hallway. He seemed to be quickly heading this way. Oh. You might want to disguise yourself as well, Celeste. Don't encourage her, this is extremely illegal. But right, look. You should just dispel this ridiculous disguise. He's almost here. I can't think of anyone. I'm terribly sorry for keeping your highness waiting. Lucio. And Ruby. I'm gonna guess Ruby Tamora. What was that? What are you talking about? I could have sworn that I heard something. I did. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I didn't hear anything either. You must be imagining things. Scaled Lord help us. Of all the people she could have chosen, she's able to mimic her voice well enough. Okay. Mimic her voice well enough, so do her voice. Got it. Oh, Lady Silver, I wasn't expecting you until much later. Well, I do not have to answer to you. I shall do as I please. Yes, well, I suppose you have a habit of doing that. Apparently it doesn't look like she's seen through your disguise. Most of other things on his mind if his guard was down like this. Anyway, Lord Von Sanctus, pardon the abrupt intrusion. I came by to pay my respects. I am honored by your Majesty's presence. Unfortunately, I'm quite busy with administrative matters. Too busy to show hospitality to seek the heir to the throne. Oh, I didn't. I want. Oh. I suppose I have some time to speak with you. The conditions aren't ideal, but Monsieur Von Sanctus is here with you. So let the Prince Astor make small talk with him for a bit. After that, you can subtly bring up the Von Sanctus crest you found in the back. I heard about the charges you brought against the Dracogen Trading Company. Forget my bluntness, but is everything well within your estate? Oh, that? I'm cleaning house, nothing more. I dealt with plenty of men like Dracogen before, and this time will be no different. I understand he may be taking business away from you. Does it really warrant you taking such stress? It's not about his business, it's these ideas he's putting in people's heads. He's allowed these unions to continue existing. And other businesses are following his example. It's absolutely absurd, as if our world has gone mad. I see. Our society only functions when the lower class knows their place. If that is how society functions, perhaps it's flawed. You're still young, Princess. His righteous ideals may sound appealing, but the path to disorder. Common folk do not care about the well-being of our kingdom as a whole. They only care about themselves individually. If we allow them to become empowered, they will use that power selfishly. It is up to the upper class to maintain order. I see. By the way, I'm surprised you're representing Lord Von Sanctus lately. Oh, right. What's he doing? Quite hard not to maintain his ruse. I knew that you recently became a prosecutor, but I never imagined you represented a noble. Don't get ahead of yourself, Asda. What does it even mean? Let's not be coy, Lady Sealwind. If you must know, Your Majesty, Sealwind and I came to an arrangement. The fair lady is so keen on wasting her talents in civil work, given that I may as well utilize her to my benefit. Do not speak to her like that. Oh, I meant no disrespect. But rest assured, this is only temporary. See, you have arranged with Lucio Steelman. Ah. Aha! Information. By the way, Lord Von Sanctus, have any of your attendants gone missing lately? That's an oddly specific question, but no, all my attendants are accounted for. I've seen he doesn't have thoughts from the eye, but he could be unconsciously shielding himself from it. I must ask, why would you ask this question? You see, I actually found a discarded trinket while walking around the city. It had the crest of House Von Sanctus on it. I was worried that something unsavory might have happened to one of your people. Ah, I see. I suppose you must be on the edge of after what happened to your ship. Have items within the Von Sanctus crest are quite common nowadays. Really? And you found must have been a product produced by Von Sanctus Industry. I am produced by Von Sanctus Industries. That's news. So the Von Sanctus crest is on some of the items produced by your company. Not just some of the items. Von Sanctus crest is engraved on every product created by Von Sanctus Industries. As a result, people have come to associate the quality of our products with the quality of House Von Sanctus. Or at least they did. Actually, packaging came out of the woodwork. In other words, it's just branding. What type of products does Von Sanctus Industries? We used to produce magical accessories for mages, but now we produce all manner of products. As the head of commerce in our kingdom, we've diversified our holding. Oh. Means the metal shark could have come from anything. Unfortunate. Seems like it's not questioning led to a dead end. Damn it. Is it really possible to identify what the shark came from? Do you sell your products to the Dracogen Trading Company? Yes, of course I do. Despite my misgivings with Dracogen, it would be foolish of me if I didn't do. Ah, so that means there are Von Sanctus products in the Arcane Refinement. We call it Von Sanctus Industry. Oh? That's true, the shark could have come from some sort of industrial tool. Ah! What are you implying, Lady Steelwind? A bit of nervousness there. Was there a Von Sanctus product in the refinery at the night of the murder? Just spoke and said murder instead of accident, but that is evoking a reaction. Answer the question of one. Celeste attempts to loudly send a tip with the cane on the ground, otherwise cane out. Oh. Oh boy. Lady Steelwind, are you okay? I'm not paying for that. Ah! Pasha, I require your assistance. Acknowledged. Contract, clean up this mess at once. Very disturbed by the mess. Is he some sort of clean for you? He might be. Uh-oh. You own an arcane construct? I do. Von Sanctus Industries is the inventor of arcane. Oh. Oh. Wait, so... Oh. So is then... There was a so the other body, quote unquote, I'm correct. I was trying to not go this way in my head because I'm like, well, they won't do arcane constructs two cases in a row, right? That's too ridiculous. Oh no. The second body is an arcane construct who fell in. Oh no. Would you like one, Your Highness? My apologies, I'm not very interested in using artificery. Suit yourself. In any case, I'm afraid Lady Steelman must be taking her leave now. What? A murder? Suicide, yes! Oh no! Remember, you said you can only come here for 1 hour. It's close to being 1 hour, right, Lady Steelman? What are you... Oh, right, 1 hour. It would definitely not be good for us to be here for more than 1 hour. It probably only lasts for an hour. Yeah, we should... Man, only an hour? Yeah, just in the meantime, man, just some... Majesty, Lord Von Sanctus. Of course, how about you dispose of your Majesty? Raise an eyebrow at the prince. It appears he didn't come here just to help you, but you suppose you've gotten all your information you need out of Von Sanctus. Time to move on to the next lead. Oh no! That was embarrassing. Yeah, that was a bit too close for comfort. Well, at least no one saw through our disguises. Oh no! Oh no! Game is comical at best. Oh my god. Are you an attendant here? Please, notify Lord Von Sanctus that I... The real Arya Steelman walks through the front door of the manor just we're about to exit. Haley stops in her tracks upon meeting her doppelganger. Tyrion. With one spell, Steelman dispels the illusion over you. On seeing who you really are, she lets out an irritated sigh. Oh. Impersonating the Steelman is some kind of hobby for you, Miss McCoy. This is the second time she's done it. Looks really angry this time. No, it was just a really good reason for us doing this. Let me guess, you want to interrogate Von Sanctus without him knowing who you really were? No? Lying about your name is one matter, but impersonating a noble using magic is a serious crime. Tyrion, help, please. Seriously going to try... Seriously going to have to defend her in court again. Really trying to think of a way to defuse the situation. Sorry for the wait, you two. I had to discuss... Lady Steelman. Great, according to Aster, Steelman despises him. Knowing that he is a part of this would make things worse. Your Majesty? Why is... Oh, it's a front. Her hatred is a front. What? I see you've dispelled their disguises. You knew about this? As it steps between you and Steelman, it appears she's trying to calm her down. But our worst, her attention is firmly focused on him. I'm terribly sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect you. No, that's not why he pulled this ruse under my orders. Could you please look the other way? Just... okay. Thank you, Lady Steelman. I won't forget this. Yes, the keyboard smash, thought. Oh my god. I also internally keyboard smash all the time. Yeah, right? I need to go. Well, that was certainly something. Sure was. I'm sorry you two had to see that. What? Yes, as I said before, she absolutely detests me. Saw it, didn't you? She could barely look me in the eye. Oh my god. Oh no. He's mistaking her. Oh no. Oh no. In any case, we're starting to run out of time. We should head back to the refinery. We still know where the metal shark came from. From what Von Sanctus told us, I don't think we can find out where it came from. Each Von Sanctus product has that crest. It can be a number of things. Hopefully, Dragogen can help us narrow down that list. If it did come from some kind of industrial tool, go check if any of his refinery's tools are missing. It's a construct, dude. It's a construct. Come on. There's no getting around it. The metal shards are from a construct. It fell in because it was told to do so after it pushed the dude over. Hello again, Mr. Cuthbert. I hope you have news. Well, actually, take some time to fill him in. Oh, I see. With that said, do you have any tools that you've purchased from Von Sanctus Industries? I do. He's personally sold me quite a few when I first arrived in the city. He even purchased a security system for the refinery building from him. Really? Purchased anything else from him? I was trying to sell me some of those arcane constructs. Told me I could be the first person in Aronux to own such an innovative technology. I turned him down. They seem so useful. I don't feel comfortable trusting machines to handle the work here. Those constructs require specific instructions and lack common sense. That's true. We have learned how unreliable they could be during the night grade. Heavily emphasized how exclusive this deal would be for back on it, he's probably trying to make dependent on his services. Yeah, I guess that would, should be the right choice by refusing his offer. So then there wasn't a construct here. Because here I'm thinking there was a construct here because like maybe Von Sanctus was trying to trying to convince him to get one, or however many for the facility. And here's one on loan for you to try out. But it was programmed to do this thing, this whole situation. Maybe. Anyway, have any of the tools from Von Sanctus Industries been reported missing? The Inquisition actually asked me the same question, so I took the time today to inventory. There was one tool on the counter. What was a rod of mending? A large tool we used to repair damaged rubber sheets. Quite large. Not a rod, but it's more of a large. Cylindrical tool. Requires two people to properly carry and use. Wait. A repair tool like that would use transmutation, right? That's right. But the rod of mending was the. Oh no! Oh no! Okay. I recall there being a way to reverse its effects. You ever consider the transmutation trace developed by an artificer tool? It does lift us some suspicion of the Aster. Okay, so now we're in a situation where anyone could be the suspect. Anyone could have done it. They might have thrown it into the vat to cover their tracks, but it didn't completely dissolve. That would mean they threw the rod in close to when Justin fell off the walkway. Can't be coincidence these two events happened so close to. So they saw. So what they. Okay, hold on. Okay, backtrack. So someone else was up there with him. The murderer. The murderer was up on the rail with him. They were carrying the tool for whatever reason. Then Justin falls over. The artificery tool is used to weaken the rails and then push into the vat. They see. So, Rika sees him fall over. Then she gets the attention of Noah and Aster. They see the artificery tool get pushed. That's what falls into the vat. That's what they witness. This makes sense. So no idea who actually broke the. But then why didn't they couldn't see because it was dark, so they have no idea if there's who this other person is. We didn't find a second body in the vat, and we don't have evidence to prove the second victim even exists. As if I have more questions than answers at the moment. We learned a few facts about the case, though. The Inquisition has verified the trace of transportation on the guard. Burden of proof, sole prosecution to prove the trackage in the vault. Even if Steele has a proper explanation for that, I can counter with the facts we've learned thus far. I just hope the trial goes as smoothly as you're describing. Rarely ever does, but knowing that would just needs to stress him out. Regardless, I appreciate the work you've done thus far. I leave things in your very capable hands. Oh, so we're okay. Let's just go to part 5. Court is now resumed for the trial of Stephanie Dragon. Let us review the proceedings from 2 days ago. At first, the facts of the case seem very straightforward. Victim, Justin Wade, put his weight on a poorly maintained guardrail on the refinery. Said guardrail broke, causing Justin Wade to... However, the defense presented shocking these previous results. Here's the transportation manager found on the broken guardrail. This new evidence implies that sabotage, foul play, played a part in the victim. This evidence is also accompanied by conflicting testimonies from the witness. All these elements have thrown quite some doubt on the validity of the prosecution case. Yes, however, the prosecution maintains that the Dragon Trading Company is involved with just death. Even though someone may have sabotaged the guardrails, the prosecution acknowledges that sabotage may have occurred at the scene of the accident. However, we also believe that there are several factors in the court is overlooking. As we all know, several witnesses were present in the refinery at the time of the accident. The harbor master was showing a patron around the refinery. Also, Rika Tudor was making a food delivery in the building. Of course, the victim, Ray, was obviously present. Each and every one of these people had no business being in the refinery then. In the case of the harbor master's patron, it would hardly be reasonable for anyone to stop him. We doubt anyone would stand in the way of the Crown Prince. That may be, but Justin Way works in the freight division, not at the scene. I've already verified this with my client. The victim was not authorized to be in the refinery building. And who stopped Justin Way from entering the area unauthorized? That the defendant's been such a building? My client can't be held responsible for Justin's breach of the set protocol. You certainly can't hold my client responsible for someone sabotaging the guardrail. And so-called sabotage is only theoretical, the proper culprit is found. I might be compelled to agree with this. After all, there's no hard evidence that proves the trains of transportation were left by a specific smell. What kind of mental gymnastics is that? Part of the guardrail had traces on it. Every part of the guardrail that had traces on it was rusted. But in the context of what happened to suit their purpose. Hard evidence means everything, and the rod of mending has been reduced to shards in the vat. Without the complete rod, you can't prove that someone used it to sabotage the guardrail. Naturally, that'd be too easy. Regardless, it's not the responsibility of the Dracogen Trading Company to show that is it not the responsibility of the Dracogen Trading Company to ensure that its employees do not wander into restricted areas? Aiming a potential saboteur puts the cart before the horse. Not stop. Wait, either. Why was Mimosa Rika Tudor able? Doesn't even work for the refinery. It's able to waltz into the building without any trouble. Actually, Steele does have a point about it. Shouldn't someone have stopped her from entering that area? You know, you doubt the Dragon would show that kind of nick. If that's true, I believe then we should hear from Miss Tudor directly. Hear how easily she gained access to the refinery at the daily accident. I've already anticipated that. Also Rika Tudor is prepared and ready to testify. Oh, very well then, bailiff. Please let's go Miss Tudor to the stand. Miss Tudor, are you aware of why you've been called here today? Yeah, I heard everything from the gallery. You have no problem answering the following question. Did you encounter resistance when you entered the refinery the night of the accident? Witness, I may remind you under oath to tell the court everything. No? Failure to do so is a crime? No, no one tried to stop me. Sorry, Tyrion. I'm nothing to apologize for, witness. The only one at fault is the Dracogen Trading Company for their negligence. Hey, that's... For the record, please testify in detail about how you entered the refinery that day, Ms. Tudor. Hey. Alright. That day I was looking for Justin in the freight area, but I couldn't find him. I had looked for him in the refinery main building. There was some kind of magical door leading into it, but it was unlocked. Nothing really stopped me from entering the refinery building. As the court can clearly see, there are no safeguards preventing the witness from there. Witness clearly stated there was a magical door leading to the building. This was obviously some sort of security door powered by artificery, which was still unlocked and effectively useless. Damn it, there must be some way to prove the unlocked door. It's fault. Mr. Cuthbert, maybe get you a cross-exam. Let's get more info on this door. By magical door, you mean that a door powered by artificery? Yeah, I have a door like it in my restaurant too. This one looked a lot more complex. Why would you or Dragogen need magical doors anyway? One of my cafe magically locks the shop when I close it for them. Guess the door of the refinery building was for the same thing. That means there was a mechanism to keep out unauthorized personnel, which was effectively useless. The witness entered the refinery and encountered zero resistance. Furthermore, the Inquisition already logged the specs for the door. Let's see, the only entrance to the refinery building, magical keys can be used to unlock the door for 5 seconds. After these 5 seconds, lock automatically closes, engages the lock. Lock can only be disabled by Stefanik Dracogen. Door could be physically prevented from closing with a trigger alarm within the refinery is secure. You use a key to unlock the door, Miss Two. No, I didn't. As you can see from this report, Stefanik Dracogen was the only person capable of disabling the lock. I guess Mr. Dracogen kept the door unlocked during work hours. This means it is entirely Dracogen's fault that the victim gained access to the building in the first place. No, that's not what I meant. That is what you implied. You can prove that another person disabled the door. Okay. Regardless, please add that last statement to your testimony. He has stuff to crack magic locks. So, if Justin was planning on robbing the place, yeah. Objection! This deal, when you claim my client expressed negligence by disabling the door. This is the reason why the secure door was unlocked and why the current windows. That is correct. Your client's negligence about unauthorized persons, like just a way to gain access to, and regardless of any sabotage, just a way died. Sit on the unauthorized area. What if I told you that another person may have disabled the door? Not because of laziness, but for more nefarious purpose. What are you talking about? If you recall, the witness entered the refinery building and spotted Justin Wei afterward. This means that Justin Wei entered the building before her. That begs the question, how did Justin Wei enter the building? The answer is obvious. He entered the same way the witness did. The locked door. Not quite. It's this trial we can't read. Well, they answered why Justin Wei entered the refinery building in the first place. He entered the refinery building with the intent of robbing my client's personal safe. I already told you, Tyrion, you would never do something like that. I feel a little guilty about insulting a dead man's name like that, but it's the only possibility that makes sense. I'm sorry, Rika, but there's things about Justin that even you didn't know. The truth is that he was deeply in debt to a crime lord named I.T. And he was extremely desperate to wipe that debt as soon as he could. Crime lord? I won't ask how we came across this information, but what does this have to do with this magically disabled lock? This deal, when Justin owned a set of tools they used for picking mundane and magical locks. The safe he was planning to rob was located in my client's office within the refinery building. I have witnesses who saw Justin retrieve those tools shortly before the night of the accident. He clearly had planned to disable any locks that stood between him and that safe. This means that it's entirely possible that Justin disabled the lock refinery illegally. We're not actually going to bring them in, are we? Yeah, I'm kind of bluffing it right now. Basically assaulted him. We both assaulted him, Tyrion. This is absolves her of any guilt. He started. Hold on a minute. You can't just accuse him like that when he can't defend himself. I'm sorry, Rika, but his delinquent friends told him about his plan. He didn't want to rob Dragon. He needed the gold to wipe away debt. If Justin wasn't the one that disabled the lock, that would only leave Dragon. But that's an explanation where neither of them is guilty. He definitely believes in Justin, but a scenario where both Justin and Dragon are innocent is too optimistic. It's not impossible. It's just not as if it's not as if you were entirely certain of what actually happened that day either. Alright, Rico. You knew Justin better than I did. Let's assume that you are correct. Neither Justin nor Draken disabled the locks then. How did either of you enter the refinery? Well, someone must have disabled it before then. Wait, let me think through this. Sure. Plenty of people could have disabled the locks. Maybe one of the employees got lazy and forcibly broke it. There was also the nobleman who was with Mr. Morrison. He's a mage and he could have used magic. Could have also been one of the maintenance constructs. I saw one working on the machines. Maybe one of them broke the lock. Wait. No? He doesn't have maintenance constructs. Maybe I even begin to point out all the issues with your theories. You recall, the entrance lock can only be disabled by Stephanie Dracogen. Mr. Cuthbert's theory makes more sense in your list of suspects. Right. No matter how many suspects she presents, none of them have the credentials to disable the lock. But I feel like there's something else wrong with her testimony. Because there's no... Yeah, let's still cross-examine. Waste of time. The court agrees on Miss Steelman, but we also recognize Mr. Cuthbert. While the court agrees on Miss Steelman, we also recognize Mr. Cuthbert's right to cross-examine. However, I think essential is gain cross-examination. Not hesitate to early. I mean, I get it. Bang.
Objection!
Yeah, like, he doesn't have constructs. he literally does not have any constructs. That can't be it, can it? But Rika, you said that you saw a maintenance construct inside the refinery building? Sure, it was an arcane construct. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on them in the Von Sanctus catalogs. They're not available to the public yet. You saw this arcane construct. What was it doing? Not exactly sure. But it looked like it was doing maintenance on the machines. Maintenance on the machine. But it shouldn't have been there in the first place. What's it doing there? More importantly, who sent it there? Where are you going with this, Mr. Cuthbert? Arcane constructs only perform the actions they are ordered to do. Constructs of the arcane refinery would only take orders from their administrator. Or conduct. Unless you want to imply that the contract broke the lock on his orders. I agree, a contract owned by my client wouldn't have done that. Arcane constructs are extremely rare and not available to the general public yet. Furthermore, they are only produced and sold by Von Sanctus Industry. Lord Von Sanctus personally sold these several products to the Dragon Trading Company. However, when offered the opportunity to purchase his constructs, my client turned him down. What? My client disliked the construct's flawed intelligence. Been working at the refinery. He turned down Lord Von Sanctus' offer to pay for utilizing human labor. Wait, then why did I see a contract then? Exactly. My client did not own any constructs. Why did the witness see one there? Or to phrase the question differently, who sent that construct there? Who? Why would anyone send an arcane construct into the refinery? First, let's consider the rarity of arcane constructs. They're highly experimental and not available to the public. With all these elements in mind, only one person in the city of Arnett could have done this. Point. You can't possibly mean it. I do, Miss Steelman. Who sent the arcane construct? The only person who could, because the only one who has them. Only one person, individual, could have done everything I described. Lloyd Von Sanctus, the noble of Arnox. You can't be serious. You accusing Lord Von Sanctus of sending a construct into the arcane refinery. What possible reason would he have to do that? When Rika saw the construct, she said it was working on the machine. That construct was sent by Lord Von Sanctus. Didn't actually work for Dragon. Wait, could that mean... Rika, when you saw that construct from the refinery, what was it carrying? Yeah, actually, it was carrying a large cylindrical machine, and it looked pretty heavy. Like, it would normally need to be held by 2 people. Yeah! How did you know? All makes sense now. Von Sanctus has been far too aggressive pushing these charges. It wasn't because he was desperate to get rid of Dracogen, because he needed to cover up what actually happened. Mr. Cuthbert, where are you going with this? You see, Your Honor, the tool the witness saw the construct carrying wasn't just any tool, it was a rod of mending, an artificery tool that channels transmutation. It has mutation magic, as in magic that can be used to weaken Sanctus' parts of the refinery. No. Are you seriously accusing... Your Honor, Lord Von Sanctus sent a construct into the arcane refinery to sabotage it. In other words, Lord Von Sanctus is responsible for that guardrail breaking. Right. Get him. I think that's enough out of you, you almoner. So. What really needs to stop you guys from just onto the stand? Who's gonna stop a noble from a pillar thing? I've had enough of these blatant accusations. I'm gonna sling mud of my name, you will do it to me directly. Lord Von Sanctus, I highly advise against doing this. Please, I think I'm just like that fool Pierce. Oh, the defense is serious a lot, and I have several pieces of evidence that can easily prove my innocence. Here's a good poker face. The eye is telling you that he's a little desperate. Yeah, because we're getting close to the truth. Very well. If the defense wishes to accuse you, I see no harm allowing you to defend yourself. But would very much like to hear your testimony on the matter. It is possible to order a construct with a complex list of tasks. Thanks to his ill advised. I'd show you observe this with the nitrate. Constructs are extremely prone to error when completing a long list of tasks. According to the defense, the saboteur rule, the saboteur stole a rod of mending and used it to sabotage a very specific section of the refinery. You never trust a conflict to discreetly complete such a task. When you ask, I was miles away from the refinery at the time of the act. I have several associates who can confirm this out. Therefore, I have no way of observing this construct from afar, nor did I have a way of communicating with it. Yeah, that makes sense. Secretary Child revealed the risk of ordering construct to commit a crime, but nevertheless, Rika saw a contract at the refinery that day. That's indisputable. Definitely gave the contract a complex list of tasks to sabotage the refinery. Question: how do you account for the construct's error-prone law? How did he? Wait. So with send, if he knows send a message, he's an abjurer, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know this conjuration spell. he does have a way of communicating with. That makes sense. Bond Sanctus. You testified to the court as no way for you to observe and communicate with the construct. Am I correct? Yes, I was at that meeting with Steelwing for that entire day. Anyone there testified to the fact. I'm not disputing your so-called alibi. Not as airtight as you might think. Adding the target can be an object is a little too specific. Not just an object attuned to the caster. So like it's very specific. What are you talking about? I was there at the meeting, Mr. Cuthbert. The Lord Von Sanctus may have been absent in mind. He was there physically. Absent in mind. Attention wasn't focused on the meeting. It means his attention was somewhere else. Suppose you are correct, Miss. I have one question for you, Von Sanctus. Oh, and what would that be? Are you able to cast the send message spell? What? Miss Steelwind, your client may have been physically at the meeting, but his attention was somewhere else, wasn't it? He could have used a combination of spells to view the construct during the meeting. He could have used the send message spell to communicate with it over a large distance. If my claim is truly false, your client should have no trouble disproving it with his spell compendium. Von Sanctus? Pretty hesitating, Von Sanctus. But I assume that you do know how to cast a message? If so, that would punch a gigantic hole in your alibi. Stealing. You were there, weren't you? My attention was fully there. Cover for me. The idea that I was communicating with a construct is absurd. I'm afraid that I can't say that, Lord Von Sanctus. Steelwind! I did find it odd. Your attention appeared to be elsewhere. Despite the gravity of our discussion, I seem to recall you speaking under your breath the entire time. I'd always just assumed you were muttering obscenities. Mr. Cuthbert's explanation does seem possible. What are you saying? Aren't you obligated to defend me? Obligated to represent you to the best of my ability. I am not obligated to forge your alibi for you. You little... Oh! Lord Von Sanctus, I'm afraid the court needs an answer. How are you able to cast the send message spell? Fine, I admit it's okay. I am able to cast send message. But that still doesn't prove anything. His voice betrays a hint of desperation. Have him right where you want him. Opportunity to deal with the final blow. Let's do it. Why do you feel uneasy? Well, two details that don't sit well with you. So Justin tumbled over the guard. It's okay. Okay, so I got there before this trial started. I know the answer. I'm correct. Okay, let's do this. Why did you guys take so long to answer my question, Von Sanctus? You know very well why I hesitated. Why would I willingly give you evidence you clearly intend to use against me? But regardless, this entirely disproves your alibi. You could have communicated with your construct at the meeting. By that logic, it could be the mastermind behind every crime that occurs in all of them. Someone else could have sent that construct. I may have had the means to commit the crime, but there are plenty of other individuals who could have sent an arcane construct. Incorrect. Quite literally, by your own words, no one else could have sent this construct. You attempt to sell these constructs to Dracogen. You promised him that he'd be the very first merchant in Aeronauts to own one. If he refused your offer, they would leave you as the only owner of arcane constructs in Aeronauts. That's... well... Excuse me. I admit, I may not have been that truthful when I made my sales pitch, saying you lied to my client. Oh, please, every good businessman knows how to embellish the truth when making a sale. I have no contracts with other individuals. If only it would be too dangerous to sell it to anyone else. No, you are incorrect. Frankly, Von Sanctus, find that hard to believe. After the Night Brave trial, you must have been a lot more fearful about who you sold your constructs. You only tried to sell your constructs to Dracogen so you might control him. You wouldn't have done that otherwise. Is that so? Well, why don't you prove it? No, Von Sanctus, while you prove your statement shows any invoice that proves you made a sale to someone else in Arno. Well, who's to say the Saboteur lived in Arno when I made the sale? Curious. When it was a trading hub, plenty of people come and go from the city. Never could have been someone who secretly entered Argonauts. Any one of my customers could have secretly entered the city to carry out the Saboteur. No, we can't leave. We can't leave the city. Like, if we're still here. This is happening because we can't leave the city. Von Sanctus, you might have been right under any other circumstance, but the Kingsguard locked down the city on the day of the accident. No one except for a select few individuals could have left or entered the city. Due to the gravity situation, the Kingsguard created profiles of everyone within the city. Probably cross-reference the records taken by the Kingsguard with listed individuals who you sold constructs to. But I suppose from your reaction, the list would come up empty. So why don't you admit to your crimes, Von Sanctus? Or do I have to drag the evidence out in court myself? Wait, drag the evidence into courts? Of course, how could I forget? Why don't you go ahead and do that, Mr. Cuthbert? Bring in your so-called evidence. I don't know where those confidence is coming from, but we can detect the traces of detonation transportation on the construct. Assuming that construct still exists, that is. Wait, that's right. If you use the construct to commit a crime, you likely would have disposed of it by now. With the blockade, Arnix is a gigantic city. With his resources, you could have hidden it anywhere in the city. That would be a needle within a town of haystacks. We still have testimony of most recent tutor, and I'm sure many other people saw that construct walking around the refinery. Common folk can probably be trusted to recognize the complex artificery, but the actual construct, all you have is several unreliable witnesses. Tell me, Lady Seowen, can I be convicted of such a serious charge with such evidence? No, I suppose not. Damn it. Are you seriously going to get away with this? No. It's a one card up. Just find out where he disposed of the evidence in the vat! you undignified glare with no favors. But why isn't it working? I, of course, is a powerful tool, Tyrion. That's twice now you used the powered eye to get out of a corner. Keep relying on that one trick or it never grows in the turning. One day you'll find a witness that the empowered eye won't work on. Imagine! From your silence, I assume you have no way to refute my claim. I suppose that makes it checkmate, Dr. Palmer. Honestly, I can't believe you're just accusing me of manslaughter. What a crass and underhand tactic. But I suppose I wouldn't expect anything less from a charlatan like you. We know the answer. What the hell are you doing? What? That look on your face. Are you getting up? I've seen you get up plenty of situations. Why are you getting up this time? I'm sorry, Celeste, but I can't use my usual strategies. There's no way to find the evidence that we need. Seriously? There's always a way, Tyrion. Usual strategies aren't working. We need to do something different. She's right! Of course! You'll need to see directly into his mind to utilize your skills as an attorney. You may not be able to rely on the eye of horse this time, but you've always been able to rely on deductive reasoning. Deduce! You should have no further questions for me, and you certainly don't have a shred of physical evidence to support your claims. Yes, basic logic. Well, the old Miles Edgeworth. He'll be taking my leave. I'm not quite done with you yet, Von Sanctus. Honestly, your desperation is almost pitiful. You should really learn to lose with dignity, Mr. Cuthbert. He's the last person you want to hear that from. I'll be minded focus. You're not be able to read Von Sanctus' mind in the literal sense, but you can still extrapolate his plan and action. Let's explore my theory a little more to see for ourselves that there's no physical evidence. If you wanted to construct, you would need to maintain constant communication. So to prove that communication has occurred, we need something that connects you to it. A piece of evidence would connect the murder to Von Sanctus. Then the measures can normally only target a person. Arcane objects probably don't count as evil for the purpose of that spell. What piece of evidence would that leave behind? The Rod of Mending. I'm glad that the word "that" is the only option in here. Arcane construct isn't a person. Okay. You must have used an object to attune your magic to communicate with it. The steel, and if we were able to find an object, would that tie the fight to sabotage? Hypothetically, yes. The Inquisition is divination magic, and they can use to detect if an object is attuned to a mage. I'm not finding such evidence. If I did perform these acts, these remains could be anywhere in all anomalous. I'm not so sure about that, Von Sanctus. Let's look at things from your perspective. Why would you do the things you did that day? Knowing that will point us directly to where you ultimately keep your construct. Your intention was to sabotage the refiner without anyone finding out what you did. How would you dispose of the contract and the attuned item? Yeah, destroy. The evidence was thrown into the vat on a volatile. No, quite literally. I said this how long ago? I suppose it makes sense. You found the remains of the Rod of Mending in there too. But wouldn't that mean the object is fully dissolved? Exactly. There'd be no physical evidence for you to find. That's not necessarily true. You threw the Rod of Mending into the vat, and that didn't fully resolve. What? The workers neutralized the liquid immediately after Justin fell into the vat. What? Neutralizing the liquid would have rendered it unsalvageable and useless. And that would have cost Draxter a small fortune. Unlike you, Von Sanctus, my client values the lives of his workers over his profits. And because of that, the Inquisition was able to find pieces of bone matter and metal within the vat. But if the rod didn't fully resolve, that means it was thrown into the vat around the same time that Justin fell into it. You wouldn't have thrown the rod into the vat until after you were done with your sabotage. And if you wanted to destroy the rod, you would have destroyed all the evidence you need to get rid of. Yes, you would have to get rid of the construct. You will also destroy the arcane construct itself. That's ridiculous, huh? Can I use these points to suggest you making an MSU from this game? I mean, you can. Let me see what I can do, Amarith. Let me see what I can do. Oh, they're not. Hold on. We'll talk later, yeah. I mean, there's 35 tracks, according to the, the soundtrack on Steam has 35 tracks. You probably have to reuse tracks in places, I think. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do individual dungeons. We can look at that later. Lady Steelwind, why aren't you... I told you before, didn't I? I will defend you to the best of my ability, but I will not fabricate an alibi for you. You must have ordered the construct to throw itself into the vat to hide any traces of your sabotage. Machinery resembling a human threw itself into the vat. It means that anyone looking at the walkway would have seen this. That's it. The arcane construct was the second person that asked her, that's what I see! silly! The second body that Aster and Morrison saw was actually an arcane construct. How are you? Wait, I think it was sure she saw Justin fall off the walkway. After she notified Aster and Morrison, they saw the construct break the guardrail and fall into the vat. Wouldn't that mean that the construct disposed of itself after Justin fell off the walkway? Why would you order it to do that? Because it never happened. Your logic is flawed. Getting stressed out. Maybe we should try using the empowered eye. No, you don't need it this time. You're so close to figuring this out. You can feel it. So think. If he was observing the construct using magic, he must have seen Justin fall. For some reason, he reacted by sabotaging the guardrail? Why? It must be this. No. He wanted the broken guardrail. He wanted it to look like an accident. Yeah. Which means it wasn't an accident. Oh, now you're accusing me of intentionally murdering the victim. Why did I ever do that? Say to yourself, like it was sabotage. Committing murder would have brought unnecessary attention to what I've done. Those constructs do have a habit of shoving people that are in their way. What if the construct pushed Justin out of the way, causing him to fall over the edge of the guardrail? Oops. He's figuring out, okay, he's figuring out everything that happened to Justin with just a few clues. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walking past you. I acknowledged. What? Push. Hey, watch it. Quit shoving me. Wait, whoa! And... Yep. What are you doing? Amazon, pull him up. Acknowledged. Ah. We're now getting exactly what happened. It may have been unintentional. Either way, would have been at fault for Justin's death, not my client. Project fell in after Justin. Your attuned object must be somewhere in the neutralized liquid. No, it's even better. Projects are made from a specific magical alloy, aren't they? Through the beauty of divination spells, we can identify the metal shards from the construct and the arcane focus. Each and every one of those pieces of evidence points directly at you, Von Sanctus. You petulant little upstart. Petulant? What? Define petulant. Of a person or their manner, childishly, sulky, or bad-tempered. Sure, dude. And that's checkmate, Von Sanctus. Hey, we did it. How mad he is. Why don't you just save us all a little time, Von Sanctus? Admit to what you did. And while you're at it, drop your false allegations against my client. I have nothing to admit to, nor do I have anything to apologize for. Of course not. You're completely blameless, right? Think you've achieved victory here today? No. Dissidents like you and Dracogen are absolutely muted. Every breath you take only throws Wyvern further into chaos. Talk about these commoners as if they have even a fraction of the power that you... They steal it. You need to see reason. They lack awareness of the power they truly... What? These people have infected you and His Majesty with ideas that... I implore you both of you to see the reality for what it is. No, Von Sanctus, the true reality is that people like you become threatened when we challenge your power. We'll speak about the rights of the individual, because if each and every one of you wouldn't stab each other in the back the moment they benefited yourselves. You may hate the nobility, you may curse, scream, and blame us for all your little problems, but the truth is that you need us. You need us direct and lead. You need us to maintain the fragile order that holds your peaceful lives together. Talk about protecting the common folk from themselves, but the truth is that your actions led to the death of an innocent man. That is the only truth that matters. The defense has no further questions for the witness. He is dismissed. Very well. We did it again, Tyrion. We've got another murder in the process. Yeah, we couldn't get off the case we couldn't get the case officially dismissed today, but it's pretty much inevitable with the evidence that we brought in. Actually, it probably won't even reach that point. I've advised Lord Von Sanctus to drop the suit entirely. What has already spread regarding the evidence we brought forward, and at this point, prolonging the trial would just harm his public image even more. That's great. Now you can build a case against him for Justin's death. About that, I'll probably be forced to recuse myself from any charges brought against me. What? Why? It's because you represented him in the suit, isn't it? It'd be considered a conflict of interest to prosecute yourself. Either you're probably the only prosecutor that would convict him successfully. You're correct. As the head of one of the Pillar families, he is the justice system dancing in the palm of his hand. He would definitely be quietly and swiftly acquitted. I would have never agreed to represent him if I had known about this. I'm truly sorry. Annie must have had this planned all along. No, is he seriously going to get away with this? I wouldn't be so sure about that. Bracketing. He may be acquitted in the legal sense, but the court of public opinion is a different thing entirely. What do you mean? He brought forward a myriad of evidence against him, and I'm sure everyone in the gallery saw it too. Von Sanctus' power relies on his public image. And you quite handedly tore down that facade. He may walk free, but his power and ideals have taken a great blow. Is that seriously all we can do? His actions and recklessness resulted in the death of Justin Way. He should be punished within the letter of the law. You're not wrong, Mr. Cuthbert, but sometimes we must take the victories that we can get. Yeah, she's probably right. But there's one thing that's still nagging. Oh, what's that? Why would you save a lock if nothing was stolen? If Justin had gone into your safe, he wouldn't have taken. He would have taken your gold with him. It wouldn't still be. Considering that nothing's missing, I'd rather leave it at that. Really. Justin's a good man. I'd rather not taint anyone's memory of him, especially most of Rika's. Right? She was pretty upset about your accusations. Nothing was taken. No harm was done in that regard. Yeah, I suppose so, but I can't help but wonder what happened. Hey! Chapter 3 done. Oh, hi! It just makes no damn sense to me. Successfully robbed the guy. Saw him. Inspected him. Into the plates again. Also, you can put back the stolen gold? This doesn't make any sense to you, Eris. Of course they're working together! Perhaps he felt remorse for his actions, Father. Not everyone can betray the people they love so easily. Huh. And if that's true, I feel like there's a sense of tragic beauty to it all. If he had never tried to do the right thing, he never would have encountered the construct in the first place. He would have paid his debt and he would still have his life. Do what they say. No good deed goes unpunished. And about the gold, though. I think we've more than made a profit today. I, for one, am happy to have claimed a boatload of tithes today. Oh, so wait, Eris is working with Mr. One Eye. Okay, so he's gonna do the game's weakest case because of the reuse of it. Yeah, great job, we did it, yay! Yeah, like, I mean, I was overlooking that, like, from until they brought it up again. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna use the arcane constructs again, right? Like, they can't. They're not going to. Then they did. God damn it. Oh, man. Wow. Let's see. I need to talk with Addie. so we can figure out when we're gonna do. So Addie and I are gonna run the Braves async today at some point for practice for next week for League. We just need to figure out what time we're doing that. Man, I am enjoying this game. We have 2 more cases. And then we can, and then what's after this? Once I get through these 2 cases. Oh. We have a handful of games to get through. Don't want to do anything else. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna call it here for now. Take a break. Then for sure be back tonight for multi. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna stream the async or not. Mostly. Yeah. I think we'll chill here for now. I send you guys somewhere. Where do we want to go? If I say you guys Ty. Ty's doing SMZ3, an SMZ3 race for the tournament. So we'll go chill with Ty. I opened up his chat and I've been pinged because NSW ran the bingo the bingo command LMAO. The various 30. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Appreciate all of you. Like I said, I'm greatly enjoying this game. We have 2 more cases to get through. Iceman, thank you for all the subs. Thank you guys for the bits and all that fun stuff as well. Do we do bits today? We're not. Well, I scrolled down and saw bits. Thank you all. We will, like I said, tonight multi-world of some game. I'm not sure yet. We might be back earlier too for some other stuff. So yeah, catch y'all later on. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Otherwise, bye-bye.